Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun, and I am here with my castmate. We are reality TV game show stars. And
Yes.
this is Terrell Trotty. This is Terrell,
Yep.
and we're gonna get into it. Terrell and I, it was broken up into houses. We'll get to talking about it. So
Yep.
let's talk about how. Let's get into it. So
Yeah, might as well.
who contacted you about the show? Chantel contacted you.
Tyler. Who did?
Tyler. Chantel.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, Tyler reached out to me on Instagram. I was like, first I was scared. I was like, what is this message? He was like, oh, I think you'll be great for this show. And I
Yeah.
didn't know what the heck he was talking about. I thought it was it was like in your, like when no one follows you, it goes to that little box, the hidden
The
box.
request,
And
yeah,
I
the,
was like,
yeah,
what is this? And sometimes I check it and I entertained it for a little bit, but then he sent me a link to apply, right? And it was for
yeah,
season 12. And I was like, oh, and I was filling it out, and I was like, is this old? And then I sent it back to him and said, hey, this is for like a past season that's already been done. And
yeah.
then he's like, oh, I sent you the wrong link. And then he sent 13. It was Murder Manor. So I was intrigued, me, horror fan,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was ready. But yeah, I applied, and then that same day, Chantel reached out to me and wanted to set up an interview. So I had a little interview. They asked me all these questions and stuff, and
Yeah.
I got casted right on the spot.
I know,
And
like
yeah.
she messaged me. She was the only one that messaged me, and
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh, I love money." So I went and looked at it, and I saw Delicious from.
Yep.
I was like, "What kind of show is this?" And then
Yeah.
I was like, "Let me see what this is about."
Mhm.
So I went back and I told her, "Okay, I'll do it." And I was like you. I interviewed, and they was like, Dylan was like, "Let me just say, I'm going to offer this to you on the spot." I'm like, "Okay." And that
Oh,
time I was
okay.
in North Carolina.
Yeah, yeah.
So when we started the game, I was in South Carolina.
Okay.
So like I didn't know what to do. I had never seen this. I had never heard of it.
Yeah, me neither.
I just know I like games, stuff like that, reality games. And I
Mhm.
was like, well, you know what? I'm just going in here. I'll
Yeah.
be myself and I will adjust accordingly.
Yeah. Same. And I love reality shows. And I remember the old I Love Money, like back with, like you said, Delicious, like, the Flavor Love
Yeah,
Girls and Rock of Love Girls, they all competed on the
yeah,
old I Love Money. Yeah, it lasted like 3 or 4 seasons, but it got canceled because I guess the winner of the third season with Delicious, I guess
yeah.
he killed or murdered his wife, chopped her up into pieces, put her into like a little suitcase, and then he won season 3. So he went to VH1's headquarters. He was trying to get the prize money because he was trying to like run away because after he killed his wife. He was a very jealous man.
Are
So
you
after that,
serious?
I swear to God, Google this. Yes, Google Ryan Jenkins, I Love Money, and you're
Oh
gonna see
my
all
God.
the tea. Yes. He murdered his wife, who he met in Vegas, and they got married very quickly. He was already crazy. And he was on Megan Wants a Millionaire. That's like a spinoff of Rock of Love or something. And then he went to I Love Money with Delicious, season 3, and it got canceled because he was the winner of that show and he murdered his wife. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yep, that's I Love Money, and it canceled all the like I Love New York was 3 was gonna be greenlit. They canceled all the shows because of that man. It was a bummer because I was really into those shows. So
I feel like the game. I love the game. The game was good.
yeah, yep.
But what I feel like we were like in a house for real.
Oh, it'll be different, 1000%.
That 1,000%. Because I'm gonna tell you, those days when it was quiet in the chat, I
Oh
was
yeah,
so stressed out.
yep. Because like your
I
people probably talking about you.
I literally thought that there was just a chat that was developed that said "Get out, Millie," and everybody was
Oh,
in it. I mean, I feel like everybody was in it because I was like, "Where's everybody doing?" Because and then I had to think like Terrell is at work. Like
hmm,
we don't know what she's doing. Jenna's kind of quiet.
yeah,
I just didn't know. So our house, we had a really good house. I felt
yeah,
like if we all could have just really stuck together
yeah.
and just took out the other house, that's what
We
I
would
was
have been
thinking.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you had the right mindset because basically we all came into the show. We were in split up into there's 21 of us, so our group was 10. The other
yeah,
11 had their show, so we came in and yeah, we all greeted, met each other, and we're the East Wing of the Murder Manor, and
yeah.
I loved our group. We had it
I
was
did
me,
too.
Connor, you. I think you and Connor were the first two
We
that
were the
entered the
first two
house.
people. Hmm.
Yep, and then Rachel was in that group, Latea, Ryan W, Ryan
Ryan
A.
W, Ryan A.
Morgan came a little late, and then it was myself.
It
I was
was
there.
Sadora was in our group. Was she in our group too?
She was. She arrived a little
Okay.
late as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Sadora was in our group.
But that was a solid group. That was
It
like the
was a
best group.
solid group.
Yeah. And then you had a great idea because half of us were grouped together. We tried to like have an alliance like the Fab Five.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And see, here's the thing, Terrell. I really, really, really wanted to just say that like on night one,
yeah.
but I didn't want to be too pushy because I was like, I don't want to be the, I don't want to be the lead,
Yeah.
But
Then
when I
it's a
took that
target on your
notebook,
back.
yeah, because even
Mhm.
when I did those adjectives, y'all, like we were supposed to have adjectives to talk about the other side of the house. I
Mhm.
took my notebook and my pen and we made up adjectives. And then Dylan had come in and said, "Oh, we have them for you." And I was like, "Oh, let me pull back. I'm doing too much."
Yeah. You had your pen, your paper, you was ready. I
I was
love that
ready.
though. That was my first impression of you too. We came in and he's like, "Oh, you guys got to give adjectives to the other group based on what they look like from their intros."
I was
And we're
like,
like, "You like, okay, let me get my paper."
okay,
Yes.
I was like, I'm ready. And so, and I was like, you know what, y'all, like, I like
Mhm.
people, but if that Ryan A,
Oh,
I
yeah, let's
just
get into it. So basically, what happened was we were getting the adjective. We finally got the adjectives. We were almost done. He
almost
pops
done.
up because I guess he was late, right?
Yep.
And then he's like, "Oh, we got to unattractive. Oh, we had to make somebody
Wow.
unattractive." Yes, that's not an easy thing to do, but I kept trying to like make it positive. Remember, I was like,
Yeah,
"Hey, maybe it's like a characteristic about them. Maybe not. They're not physically unattractive." And
right.
yeah. And then he came in like, "Oh, who was the people? It was Jerome."
It was Jerome and Edgar.
Yeah, and we had to pick one of them, but we didn't know. We didn't want to make say someone's ugly. I didn't think they were both ugly people. But he
Right.
came in. It's like, oh, I can't say Jerome is unattractive because I'm sorry,
No, he said Jerome is unattractive
he's unattractive because he's old,
because he's
basically.
older and he
Yeah,
wants to go with his age group. And
yeah,
I don't know what I said. I said, "What do you know, Jerome? Like, what is your thing with Jerome?" And then it was like my name was in his mouth
hmm,
every time it came up. Like
yep.
it was crazy. But you know what was real crazy when I
Mhm.
found out that Rachel was really after me. That was
Oh,
real
I
crazy.
know. That was
And that was
heartbreaking
heartbreaking. That was so
because
heartbreaking to me.
yeah, because basically after all this unfolded, we got into the house, we had our alliances, and then when everyone flipped on you, and we were in this group together, right? We were in the Fab Five, me, Rachel, Latea, you, and Connor. And we all had a freaking call and everything. And we're like, okay, we're good. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. And then we get in there and everyone,
Chantel is in here.
oh hey Chantel. Yes, but everyone came for you. Then when we find out that it was Rachel was the bulk of that, and then they
I
pushed us
know.
together, and that's how we became. Our bond grew right there
Yeah,
too,
it
because
did.
I was out of the loop, you were out of the loop,
Yep.
we were
Night
cool.
5.
Yep.
Like, wait a minute, I have it right here. And it was like episode 5,
hmm
Circle Night. No, November. Yes, episode 5, November the 7th, day
Okay.
13, Circle Night.
Yeah.
Y'all, okay, so so like like we had Toretta was crazy. We had a
hmm
phone call. We had a
Yep.
plan. I didn't want to say
Yep.
Morgan's name. I did not
Yeah.
want to say her name.
Me neither. I didn't want her to go at all
I
because
did
I already
not.
said her name night one because we all had to vote for who we least wanted to see go forward. Remember
Right,
that little tricky shit they pulled on us?
right, right.
Yes. And I was like, who the fuck do I vote for? I like all these people. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
just
and
vote
we
for the
don't
late
know them. We don't
people.
even know them.
Yes. So I didn't know. So that's why I threw those votes to the people who came late. And I voted for Morgan for one of those. So I
I
didn't, but
hated
after you
that.
got to know her, I didn't want her ass out.
I didn't want
But
to go either. And then
yeah.
it was like, I'm gonna tell you, like production was asking,
Mhm.
like, how are you feeling? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
And this is a nod to Chantel. Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
she stayed with that.
Okay.
She scared me. Let me tell you. Every time we were getting these
Yes.
calls, these interesting shit, I could not. I was like, "What do you mean?" She had me second guessing every time I had a fucking
Every
call.
time. Every time.
Every time she's like, "Oh, interesting." I mean, I get it though because it had me thinking though because I was okay. Let me tell you, my game. I was in there. I was rocking with you since day one.
Right?
That was it. And everyone else, I tried to dibble and dabble, but I felt like I started too late. Like I didn't go in
Yeah.
and build relationships with people or alliances, and they
Yeah.
all were way ahead of me. So me coming in late, it's like, ugh, it was bad
My
for my game.
it was
I
like
think.
as my name was being called, like I looked at your face,
Mhm.
and I think when I looked at your face, you were as shocked as I was,
Yes.
and I was like, he's not in on it, and I was like,
No.
he's all I got, and it was like Millicent, Millie. I'm just gonna, and then Latea came. It was just something. It was just something with.
Yeah, you
I
did
was
that
like, what
good.
the hell is
I
she
love
talking about?
Latea.
I was like, what the hell is she talking about? And then I was like, and even then, I
Mhm.
even thought about it. I said, I should just call all of them out. And I didn't. I just
Yeah.
said my alliance.
Yeah.
So, oh my God. But it was something about it. I don't know. I really and truly did not feel like I was
Yeah.
leaving that night. I really
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. That's
But
always a blind side.
yeah, because I was like, and in my head, I was like, I can't leave tonight. Like,
Mhm.
it's a couple of people in here that need to leave before I leave. Like, this would be preposterous if I left
Yeah.
tonight. Like, y'all
Yeah.
really for real.
Yeah.
So it was like after that, I'm not gonna lie. Every time, because like when you would go in and talk to somebody or whatever, I was like, I don't think Terrell would vote me out, but what if they say something? And I
Mhm.
was like, I really don't think that. But I mean, I was nervous
Yeah.
every night. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Like
You were. I remember all
I
the
was
phone
nervous
calls
every
we
night.
had. Yeah.
Every night I did, and then Jenna was trying to, let me know it was gonna be okay. I was like, Jenna, I just gotta see. I just
Mhm.
gotta see. But now she did. I will say this about Jenna.
Mhm.
Jenna did. What's it? Edgar did warn Terrell the vote was going to be you. Edgar warned you.
When?
She
Wait, say
said
it again.
Edgar.
Read it again.
Chantel said Edgar did warn Terrell that the vote was going to be you though.
I remember that night. So he did say, I don't know what's gonna happen. It might be Millie. And I was confused. I said, well, how could it be Millie? And then right after that, we had that call, and then we got
Mhm.
onto the live. I didn't think that that was gonna happen. I was confused because I never really talked to Edgar at this moment.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. The only time me and Edgar got close, we'll get to that too, was right before he was in the bottom where I didn't send him home. But we'll get to that.
Mhm,
But basically,
mhm.
he did say that because I was confused. I was trying to ask questions because after our call, they were like, "Oh, you should go talk to people more." And I was like, maybe that was a sign, like, "Oh, hey, something's brewing." So I was trying to talk, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I think it's Millie." And I was confused. I said, "I don't think that's going to happen because our group was so good that we had. I don't think that
Yeah,
that was going to happen." So I was confused. I was like,
yeah.
"Okay." And then we got onto the live. It was right before the live, and then all that happened. I was like, "Oh, fuck, okay."
Now,
But yeah,
Latea and Connor did have a point because like when I made that first group, I didn't mean to leave Latea off of it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
meant for her to be in it, but then we had to add another group so she could be in it, and then Connor.
Oh
But
yeah, because it was the core four first.
yeah, yeah, I meant for her to be in there, but
Hmm.
yeah, it would have been her and Connor to go first because I really was rocking with you and Rachel, like I really
Definitely.
was, and
Yeah.
then it was just crazy, but. I'm gonna go back to day 4. You answered the first phone call and exposed Katya's vote, and
Yeah.
Jordan exposed Richie's vote.
Yeah, the first phone call, I remember that because I was like, what is this? I said, I'm going to play the game. I'm here to play. So it is what it is. I'm going to answer it. So I answered it, and it was Katya. And back to night 1, I did vote for Katya and Morgan that night. And that came
Okay.
out later. And she was really upset because she sent me a message after that. She says, oh, are you after me? I thought you were really cool from your intro video. You're a really cool personality, someone I wanted to work with. And she was really hurt by that I voted for her twice. I didn't really vote for her the
Oh.
second time. Katya wasn't, my thought process was everyone that came up on that phone call, she wasn't a part of it. So I was like, okay, so for me, I didn't want to ruffle feathers. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick the person not here and have them reveal that theirs. Because
Right.
I was already like weary of her because she was not really around. So it's like, okay, who
Right.
did she vote for? So I picked her and I explained it, but she was really hurt by that. She sent me a long ass essay,
Is she
and
the one that? Is she the one Dylan was saying that like her feelings got really hurt and all that kind of
yeah,
stuff?
she was the one that got snappy when we had to like eliminate people during the traders episode, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
And when she got cut, she got mad and turned off her camera. Remember that? She was like she said something snarky.
Man, let me tell you,
Yeah.
when we had the traders night, and
Hmm.
like we were doing it, going through it, and he said, Millicent, you've been eliminated.
Yeah.
Like in my head for a split second, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm out of the game. Like I thought I was done.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like,
Part of
wait a minute.
the
And then I
challenge.
was like, wait a minute, they not eliminating everybody. I was like,
Yeah.
get together because it was just so much, and it was
Yeah.
like things were just. It was moved because that was like the first night, I guess we really
Hmm.
did something.
Yep.
So that was real crazy. So yeah,
Yeah.
circle night. That was insane. That was an insane night. And in the safety chain, when I called your name, I was like, I'm rocking with Terrell the
Oh yeah.
whole time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
this is it. So I don't know how far we're gonna go. Because I
Mhm.
was like, I was like, if I'm not in there and he can't talk to me, or he's not in here and I can't talk to him, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I
But
know.
you had a great game, Terrell, and I do apologize again for saying that. I was just so flustered that night. I
Oh
just,
yeah, you like he's a good player.
yeah, I was like, why did I say
I was
that?
like, why did she say that of all things? There's too many people left.
Yeah,
Back
but
to what you.
you
Yeah.
had a really good game.
Thank you. I didn't
You
realize it until like the end. I was like, you know what? I did play a good game. I think you're
Yeah,
right.
you
Yeah, I
really
did.
did. I didn't
And I
realize I had won 4 competitions. I had no idea.
yeah, they were. I don't. What were the four? I know you won the one with the straw with the ping pong
I
ball,
won the Strawberry Ping Pong. I won
and then the circle
the
night it reversed back to you.
yep, and I
That's
won the
three.
hearing sound.
Okay. Oh, you're right. So that's four.
Yeah, and it was something with another, it's another one, but I was
Okay.
like, that was amazing though.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
amazing. So episode 6, day 15, the ping pong. That was the relay, I think. You were the paymaster.
Oh yes, that's where. Oh man, I was the one with the cups. You had to hold the cups, and then the ball in
Yes.
the middle. That was
Yeah.
hella hard. Let me tell you, my arms were hurting for a few days after that. But I was so surprised with myself with that challenge because before this, I was like, I have to win. Edgar was on. Everyone wanted Edgar gone by this point, and me and Edgar were talking. We were getting to know each other a bit more, and I trusted Edgar in the game. So
Yeah.
the whole house wanted Edgar out. So I was like, okay. And we went into this challenge. I said, okay, we just got to win this. It is what it is. So I went into this challenge, and I just like, I'm not moving, and everyone thought I was paused. Remember that? And
For real.
I
It
stood
looked
there.
like your screen had frozen. Like you literally was like a statue. And then when
Yeah.
I got out, I was looking, I was like, is he
No, and I
moving?
turned my head to make sure people didn't think that. I was like, wait, let me turn my head because I had sweat
Yeah.
coming down here. I was
And
holding
then
these in my hands.
Morgan could have beat you if
Yeah,
she just would have been still.
yeah,
Like she's
yeah.
flying all over the
She was
room.
doing great. She was doing
She
amazing.
was doing good.
But I'm glad
But
I won that one. I think the game might have been a whole lot different. I think they would have took
yeah,
out Edgar, and everyone's gonna go by what the house was, and I think we would have been cut a lot sooner. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm glad it was up against Richie, Edgar, and I think were you in the box too when I was paymaster? I think he
Probably.
threw you in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
because like, oh well, Terrell's not sending her home,
Yeah.
So
It was so stupid. Like,
so it's
why
between
waste the vote on me? Put somebody else you want out in. You know I'm not going home.
exactly. So at this
It's so
point, I'm
dumb.
like, do I take out Richie, someone I haven't really talked to, but I wanted to get to know, or do I take out Edgar, who I've already trying to build trust with, and I feel like if I
Right.
save him, he'll have my back too. And plus, the whole house is after him. That's a target in front of us, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking of. Like, so I took out Richie, which was a good thing because I guess he was aligned with a bunch of other people,
Mhm.
and apparently he didn't like us. Remember that? With that, he didn't like us, so I was confused. Remember that? So Dylan said he was like,
Yeah. And then I
"Yeah,
was like, why didn't people like us?
I have no idea."
Why did people want me out so bad? I would love to know the answer to that. Chantel, if you're in here, do you know why people wanted me out so bad? Because I would love to know why people wanted me out so bad.
They did. Like you didn't even do anything to anybody. I know a lot of people.
Nothing.
I don't know if we want to get to it now, but a lot of people were really upset about the whole cheating scandal.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a big thing, and
No, I guess that was good for the season too. We
yeah,
had a scandal.
we had a
So that
scandal.
was
We had a gate. What is it? Scandal gate. What is the Real Housewives? We having them gates on their show. That's what that was.
And I was like, let me see, hold on, let me see. We got the lip syncing contest. I like the lip syncing.
Yeah, what
Y'all. We
episode
did
was
Beyonce.
that? That was
We
episode
did,
7.
yeah, we did Beyonce. That was good.
Yep. Oh yeah, you guys. Okay, let's talk about your Beyonce show. I want to hear about your group, and then I'll do
It
mine.
was like I didn't, like I came home, I had got back to the room after
Yeah.
work. I was let me change my hair, let me put some makeup on. Because I'm traveling, right?
Yeah.
So I had just got this body glaze from this girl that's on one of the shows,
Mhm.
and it was just silver, and I was like,
Oh.
I'm just gonna put it on my eyes, I'm gonna put it on my lips,
Yeah.
and do Renaissance.
Little glow.
So, and I was like, I don't have a microphone, so I just got a brush, and I was
Yeah.
like, let me just sing it. I did it in 2 takes, and I just
Oh.
sent it in.
Yeah.
was like,
I
I'm
love
just
the
gonna
hair.
sing
You
it.
had the Beyonce hair
Yeah.
on. You
And
were
so-
killing it.
Ryan A,
Mhm.
I think he really won that for us
Oh, he did good. He
because
did
we
great.
were like second to the bottom
Mhm.
because y'all
Yeah.
did so good.
Yeah, we did. Oh man, cookie
Y'all
by
did
the book.
so good.
My team was me, Morgan, Ryan W, and Maddie. Solid team. Great characters that were
Solid.
perfect for this Cooking by the Book challenge. And Cooking by the Book is a song. I think it's a TV show mixed in with Lil Jon and made like a crunk remix. It's like
Yeah.
2 minutes long and it's goofy as hell. So I had fun with
Listen.
this. I went into this. I had my little red hair, my little bonnet, like I was in there cooking, making
Yeah.
making stuff up, and a little. I had hella fun with this. Learning the lyrics was tough for me. It was so fast.
Yeah.
Maddie did a good job editing everything together,
Hmm.
and yeah, I'm glad we won that. That was really fun,
I
and
mean, it was really, it literally was the best one. Because
yeah,
I was like, wow, this is so cool. Never heard this song before in my life,
yeah,
but it was so freaking cool. And I
yeah.
thought y'all did a phenomenal job. It was great.
Mhm.
Um, Let me see. November 14th, day 20, episode 8.
Mhm.
That was challenge physical, mental. I think that was the relay challenge.
Okay.
That's when you had to do burpees.
Oh, coughs. Those were not burpees, Millie. Those were coughs. That I don't know what the hell. Those were hiccups. Those were not burps. My big ass tried and failed. If it wasn't for Jenna, just like I can't do it, I would have been dead last in that box. So thank you, Jenna,
I
because you
was
saved
so
me that night.
grateful. I was so grateful that we picked because all I had to do was a TikTok ping pong
I
ball.
wish I had that.
And then I had to do, and they said that was me cheating also.
Oh, I know. There was
Because I was
yeah,
like,
that time, and then I guess the book one. We'll get to that, but
but I don't understand how that was because I thought that if I had just run out of balls, I just get another ball and just
yeah,
keep going.
I think the challenge was you could only have one ball, and I guess people were watching you.
No, you
People
had to
maybe
have
didn't
three.
like you, Millie, because they were
No,
watching your every move.
no, I had to have three because I had to do tic tac toe.
Oh, gotcha. You're right. You're right. You're right.
So
You're
I had
right.
to have three. And
Got you.
then
Okay.
let me tell you what I was dealing with. It was so
Mm-hmm.
crazy because, like I said, I'm in a hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Chantel was talking me through it, like how to sit it up. And I had to bounce it off. It was like a slide table to come back. So I had
Oh,
to
remember
bounce it
you?
off the
Did you
table.
push a table against a desk or something?
I had to pull it out from under a desk.
Got it. That's what it was. Okay. Okay.
But behind the cups, there
Mm-hmm.
was a gap about this big. So
Oh.
I had to put my supplies bag against that
Yeah.
part of the wall
Yeah.
because if I had if I had used those three balls, like I had three
Yeah.
balls back there behind the thing. So I was like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose all these doggone balls. So that's why because I had three back there. So I had to
Yeah.
get more balls so I could play the game. Because I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
home, so I was just working with what I could work with. I had no idea that was like that.
You
I was
did
like,
that
okay.
well, though.
I
That's
was
funny.
like,
You said you had
okay.
your supplies bag.
Hold on.
Yeah. You
No,
still
I
have
don't
it.
have. I have it. I don't have it with me right now, but
Oh,
I
okay.
have it. I have my bag. I sure do.
Save
And I
that
want
bag. We
to.
might for All Stars in case they call us back. The
Oh my
duo,
god!
so we can slay
Now
that season.
now the ping pong balls. Look, I threw the ping pong balls away. They're gone.
Oh, you did. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We got to get to that. We got at the end.
Oh, you know what? I'm telling you, a ping pong ball, a red cup is something I can't even fool with. Right?
Yeah, I feel it.
And
You
I'm
used.
using all my cups, and when I get them all used, I'm
Mhm.
buying other colors. I can't take it.
Yeah.
Um,
So what was it that they said you cheated on that
Oh, it was
episode?
a book. It was a book with you and Harris.
Oh, that episode. Okay, I thought you said the other one. I thought you were cheating too.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, they said that because it was like I couldn't use but those three balls, and I was
yeah.
getting other balls because my balls had fell behind the table.
Oh, they were just worried about how many you were using. Got you.
Yeah,
Got you. Got you.
and then
Okay.
I'm in a time situation. I don't have
Yeah.
time to get a apparatus and
Yeah.
get the balls from the back. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. You would have been out.
no,
Yeah.
yeah. So then we had the battle
The
back.
battle back. Oh, that was. We were all gagged. We were like, wait, what? All these people we got out were people that needed to go, right? And like, we didn't want to see
Yeah.
none of. Remember, we had a call like, we don't want to see none of these people back.
But let me ask you this before we get into that: who did
Mhm.
you really think needed to go? Because I'm just gonna say, first of all, I did vote Mocha out because Mocha was never there. Not that
Well,
I
you
didn't
sent her
love Mocha,
home. Yeah.
Katya, Desiree,
Hmm.
Richie
Those are the
wasn't.
inactive.
I didn't think. I was glad Richie left. I didn't think Richie was.
Yeah.
And
He
then
wasn't good for our game, so that
no, definitely
yeah.
not good for our game.
Ryan A, you wanted him back, I know. I'm playing.
Oh God. Ryan A could go, and then Sador, like Sador, I mean, love her to death, but she wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then she just wasn't the best team player.
Yeah, but I did say, I remember in my diary room when they asked me this question, who would I want to see back? I did say Sador. I don't mind Sador, but out of everyone that was there, it's like, do they need to come back? I mean, like, none of them. Well, Jordan too, but I don't know. I said his name too much where I felt like Jordan would have came back into the game and would have came for me. So I don't really want him back either. Jerome, I wanted Jerome back because
I
when I
wanted Jerome
Jerome
back.
was hella
That's who
funny.
I wanted back too. I wanted
He
Jerome
was
back too.
great. We didn't get to know him.
Yeah,
Right?
Jerome left. I mean, of course, Jerome back because he left after
Yeah.
the first night.
Yep.
We don't know what his gameplay is like.
Yep.
Jerome gave a great farewell speech.
Yeah.
I was entertained. I would
Yep.
love to have had Jerome back.
He kind of scared me though, talking about I'm vicious, and I was like, "Oh my god, where they find this
Jerome
man off the
said-
street? Who casted you?
Jerome said,
It was
"I'm
a
vicious."
mess. It was scary."
I was like vicious, and I was sitting there like this. I was like, "Oh my god, this
It
is
was
so
because
crazy."
it turned. He was like a normal person that's talking, and then it went into this weird,
And
scary
he just
shit.
flipped. He just
Yeah.
flipped.
But when we saw him in the battle back, I was like, "Oh, I like this guy. This guy's hella funny. He's cool." I wish he got back in, but that was weird. Okay, let's get into it. The battle back. Sador wasn't even there.
No.
And
was
she
not
came
even
back.
there. She came back
Oh
and,
my
and
God.
came back strong. But you know what? You talk about Jordan, but he might have been after you, but Jordan
Mhm.
had some more people he was after. He was
True.
after like because his exit
Latea,
interview,
Maddie.
he was
Connor.
the first exit interview I listened to because I wasn't even going to listen to it and I was getting ready to go to sleep. I said, let me just
Yeah.
drop. Let me see.
Yeah.
And it was like he said my name. Terrell, I know my name was said at least 700 times this game.
In his, oh yeah, almost all of them
Millie.
were. Yeah,
Millie.
definitely.
And he was like, Millie's gonna have an uphill climb. Millie is gonna be next. Millie is this, and Millie's not even the threat. And I was like,
Damn.
I'm not right now. He was like, and if anybody knew this, and this, and he
Mhm.
really was focused on. I want to say he was focused on Maddie.
Mhm.
He was focused on. I want to say Harris and maybe
Yeah.
Edgar.
Yeah.
I think he was focused on them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And Dr. Lou, like I wanted to really, really like him,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
just felt like he was really just messy and he was very and you just couldn't trust him.
Yeah.
You could not trust him.
Yeah.
Because when he called me on Instagram, I was like, what
Oh
is he
yeah,
doing?
during the season.
Yes.
What was he trying to tell you? Did you ever find out what that was?
Oh my God, he was like, I'm trying to help you out, girl.
Mhm.
And then I did a live on Instagram and he came on my Instagram live and I'm like, well, I'm not talking about the game, so this is fine. But then he said something like, girl, I'm really rooting for you. I was like, oh my God, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah, he said that a lot, that he was rooting for you.
Yeah, he was lying.
He was trying to mess you up, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Lou was cool. I think he was entertaining for the show, and I think that now he's on the Christmas season that they're doing right now, so I'm interested to see how he's probably going to brighten that up. So that's great. And yeah, he could turn over a new leaf as long as he does the challenges and sticks with stuff. I think he could go far, honestly.
I think he really messed his group up when he didn't.
Yeah.
For real, honestly, I don't know if we made it there yet, but I don't think anything was wrong with what he did. But let me tell you what he said. I don't know if you caught this. When he was so mad about it, he said, y'all, I went through suicide last year.
I said, he went through everything.
Yeah, he's through
I forgot about that. What challenge was that? It's a Beetlejuice one where they're supposed to do Beetlejuice. Yeah. He didn't show up because he didn't like that they said a word about suicide.
Yeah.
So I don't play. But do you think that was a front because he didn't want to do it? Because all these challenges, he was asleep. Remember that? He was like, I slept through it.
And
I don't think he wanted to do it.
That was the reason that when it came time to pick for a team, now I was like, if I get voted out, I get voted out. But I'm not getting stuck with certain people. I was like, let me pick my team.
Oh, yeah.
And I spoke up fast about that.
Yeah, I remember a couple times you picked me right off the bat.
Yeah, I was like, Terrell,
that was
Rachel.
We did the clumps.
Yes.
Yep, we did the clumps. And I was Granny Clump. That was so fun.
That was fun. You did such a good job.
Yeah, I almost won that one. I was MVP of the group, they called it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Terrell
Yeah.
really gets into it. Like you really, I knew you do really good though, and I
Mhm.
was like, you did so good. It was so good. It
Yeah,
was
I don't
so
know. I had
good.
fun. All those creative challenges were my favorite, I think, because at the end of the day, I just wanted to have fun doing this show. Because if you're not
Yeah.
having fun doing what you're doing here, then why are you doing it?
Why
So
you doing it?
exactly. So yeah, I like
And
that.
then we got to I'm just episode 10 was that where you were blindfolded the whole
Oh, the double. Yeah, I was blind. Oh, then we found out the saboteurs were who? Morgan and
Morgan,
Rachel.
Richie, and Rachel.
Got you. Oh, that's the traders. That's the
The
traders. But I mean,
traitors.
like the
Yeah.
actual saboteur who gave us these. Because Morgan is the one that made me blindfolded. She said at the reunion, and then
Oh,
she
okay,
made
okay.
Rachel twerk, and then Edgar had to sing, but I
That's
think
right.
he kept quiet.
And I
Yeah,
was
but
like, Terrell did not see any of this show.
no, I was just here with my
You were
blindfold
just
on,
like this. You
chilling.
were like this the whole time.
And the mic went out too. My mic, and then I was trying to talk. I was like trying to put numbers up because it was a mess. That was a crazy episode.
I
But I'd
was like,
rather been blindfolded than twerking. So thank you for that.
and that was like the ticking time bomb. No, no, no. Ticking time bomb is when we all were blindfolded. But you were blindfolded in one of those.
Yep,
Um,
that was my
that
punishment.
was, yep, that was crazy. So that was the double. Latea and
Yep.
Connor went that night.
Yeah, that was a crazy episode too, because that's when I think he called someone old, and I don't know. I had a long day that day, and I was so irritated. And in my head, I'm like, "Why are you calling?" And they were talking about all
He's
these
like the old
alliances
people
when
against
he
the
was,
young people. I was like,
yeah. And
his ear went off. I was like, oh no, Terrell. No. I was like, oh no, don't
I
say,
know because I was pissed. I was like, you know, you call people old. That's not, I don't know.
I was
I
like,
went
don't say
off.
too much. This is
Yeah,
too much.
I
Yeah.
know. I also my game's probably gone here, but he left, so it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, and then I just felt like after Latea and Connor left, I was like, okay, Ryan is out here. We still
Hmm.
got Maddie out here. And I was at that time, like I had messaged Harris.
Yeah,
I was asking where he was, what he was thinking, and I
yeah,
asked him, I said, if you are into something, let me know, and then we can
mhm.
work together, something like that. But he never said anything else. And then it was something I had gone back to message him about. And I said something like, oh, what are you thinking about tonight? Because
Yeah,
something I said, and I left.
yeah.
And during the day, I figured out that Harris was the silent vote for that four.
Oh yeah,
It
that's
was
when.
a five.
Yep. And I was like so shocked by that too. He played a great game, but I think that was
Mm-hmm,
also
he
the
did.
episode of the double that we had the books. I think
Mm-hmm.
because I almost won that, but then he had 4 balls. I had 2 because the chat. Shout out to the chat, out of money because they were rooting for me all throughout the season, so I love that.
Yes.
But I didn't. I tried to win that one, but one ball went up, the other ball went down, and
Yeah.
I lost. But
Yeah, that was crazy. That was
that
the
was
scandal. That was the scandal.
that was a scandal episode. I
I
guess.
had
Yeah.
I had a small book. I had a small book,
Hmm.
and I put the ball on there, and I was just holding it, and it never went anywhere. And it was a football game on. I was just
Hmm.
looking at the game, and I remember Maddie saying, "Millicent, how is Millie not looking at the ball?" And
Oh
and
yeah.
I was just still because I didn't want to move, and I was just right here. So when they said add another ball,
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, okay, so I added. I said, well, I'm just gonna still look at the game. And I was looking at the game, and the ball fell off, and I'm like, oh shit! And I picked it up and put it back on, and I was
Oh
sitting there, and then I was like, I don't think I was supposed to do that. And then I was like,
yeah.
oh, and then it fell anyway. So, and I was like, dang. But then it was like I gave myself like I put that on my back, but I
Yeah.
wrote that bad boy out because it was like it wasn't that I was just winning,
Yeah.
but it was like the groups I was in, we were winning. So like
Yeah.
if like we weren't in the bottom,
Yeah.
like we had a group thing and we came in third. Well,
Yeah.
we weren't in the bottom, so the bottom four were the one who was going in. So I mean, that's
Yeah.
what saved me.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, and with that one too, I hella wanted to win that so bad. But yeah, so that was the double eviction. And I was like, okay, if Harris wins, I think I'll be okay. Because I was trying to build a connection with Mr. Harris here. And oh yeah, the live did go off. It cut, right? So no one's seen my ball drop because you don't see it. If you go back, the episode's cut into 2 parts because the live stopped. And then
Oh,
I'm
really?
sitting down. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, but I did lose that one. But I guess that's the one that Harris is like, oh, because I guess he threw challenges for some reason because he was very cocky this season,
Yeah,
and 'cause he had a lot of
I
people
thought that
around
was
him.
crazy.
So I think when you reached out, it's probably why he didn't like answer or like tell you anything much because he's working with the other ones and they probably, he always said your name. I feel like a lot because was
He
that the day
said
he
my
said
name
your?
all the time. I said
Yep.
his first child was gonna be named Millie. Like it literally was gonna be Millie. Because Harris said my name more than anybody. Like
Yeah.
in his exit interview. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Millie this. And then I was like, Maddie doesn't want him. I said he's a what did I say? He's a snitch crybaby. I said
Oh,
because I found out he had contacted the network. He said
yeah,
he
he
had,
did
and I
that
was like,
episode. He
contacted the
did. He was.
network.
Yep.
I made a mistake.
He was like, "Oh yeah, she's cheating."
Like,
He told your ass, Millie. He was trying to get you
he
evicted from the I
was.
Love Money Manor.
He was
They were
trying to get me
trying.
out.
They tried
And
it.
I know he was mad as fish grease that he got voted out and I didn't. I know
Yep.
he was. But you know what? If I had gone after Harris, I would have been okay because I wanted him to definitely go before me. I didn't
You
care.
did say a few times because I was the one that was like, "Oh, I don't know. I thought he was cool, but I didn't know he was in all this shit because I didn't pay attention very well. I guess I wasn't talking to people like on the videos as much, and that's where I fucked up. So I know going into this, if I ever do this again, I'm not playing the way I played this time. It's gonna
I
be a
know
whole
because
different.
it was like because I felt like this is how I was thinking about the game. I felt like okay, we could all be sitting pretty if we just work on focusing on the people who work there.
Yeah.
Mocha, Sador, Jerome, then go ahead and get Dr. Lou, get Richie, and Ryan A. And I was like, that's 2 weeks of episodes.
Yeah, definitely.
We don't have to worry about anything.
Yep.
Okay, we got those 6 out.
Yep.
Who's next?
Yep.
And I was like, why is nobody thinking like I'm thinking? But then I was like, did I let anybody know how I was thinking? Because it was like one circle night came, and it was just you and me.
Yeah.
I literally just dabbed. I just dabbed in with everybody else. And I didn't really get tight with Jenna until after circle night, and she messaged me and she promised her last to me.
Yeah.
And I said, Jenna, I just gotta wait and see. I just gotta wait and see.
Yeah, she told me about that. Like she promised you and all this because when she talked to me a little bit, she's like, "Yeah, I can't go against Millie." That's when I knew we'll get to it when we got to that end, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm out," because the focus, she was more loyal to you than to me.
Yeah, when we get to that, we'll talk about that. So the next episode I think I got down is the rap challenge.
Oh yeah.
I thought you did so good in the rap challenge.
I thought I did okay, but the judges didn't think so. Well, I didn't like. Let's get into the judges because I like yours too. But on mine, we had the slow one, the slow song. Were you on the slow one too?
No.
The rap challenge.
You had the fast one, didn't you?
No, I wasn't on. Jenna was on the fast one. I was on the slow one.
Yeah.
Because I said something along the lines, "Oh, where the donations at? If you want to talk shit, where the donations at?" And I talked about Connor's calling people old. I threw that dig in there. But anyways, I was trying to dress all up because I don't dress like that. I don't know. But the judges didn't know that. He just assumed I would. One dude was like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna do better because you're from the Bay." I don't even listen to rap like that. For one, that's one. 2, I was shocked. I was like, okay, and that whole thing was a costume. Like, the whole season I was out of my shell, so they didn't know that either because they just met me. But and then the other girl that like she was sad all the time, the sad one, like she got done crying and got on the stream. She was like, "Oh, there wasn't enough energy."
Lucy.
They didn't like it, and then Lucy, yes, and then the other girl, she was like, "Oh, it was okay," but Ryan did. Who was on our group that did well? It was Maddie. Was it Maddie?
Maddie. She was like
Maddie. She was amazing.
Yeah, she was.
She was the best one in our group.
I thought your whole thing was good. You had like the
I had a production, but then they didn't look at that.
And
I did.
Let me tell you, I was so tired. I had just got off the road. I was writing the rap in the car. I was trying to put all these words in the pocket. I was like, "What is
yours
this?
Was great. You were
Rachel something and Richie." Rachel Ryan and Richie. One of you was Richie. And I kept saying, I need something to come in the back and say Ryan A because talking about. And then I was like, this is it. Let me put some big hair on, put some shades on, and let's go. And they was like, "Oh, I don't." And the guy was like, "I don't remember her." Like,
oh yeah, they were harsh.
But
Sador got their asses. That's why I was sitting back laughing.
Sador could not.
She read them all, so I was like, I didn't need to say shit. She took care of that. Dirty asses. What she said?
38 hot. She was 38 hot. She was mad. She said she went and looked up all of them. She
She
was
looked him up on Bigo. What did she say?
I don't
Bingo?
know, but she was like, they don't even have no Spotify.
She said she only got 200 followers on one character. This guy, yeah. She's like,
Oh
it
yeah,
was
she was
crazy.
hot. She was so mad. But Sador, if you hear this, darling, what
Hmm
in the? I don't even know what Sador was saying to this day. I have no idea.
She said, I'm a baddie, I'm a baddie, yeah, I'm a baddie, yeah, I'm a baddie, yeah. That's how it went. But I mean, she even said, she just said, I know it wasn't good. I wasn't in the right headspace. She explained it, but
Yeah.
she knew it wasn't the best, right? And
Yeah.
she
And when I heard it, I said, I'm not even worried about it. I
oh,
know
you
it's
cracked
gonna
me
be good.
up. She said after I saw what'd you say? After I saw Sador's,
I
I
said
knew I
after I
wasn't.
saw Sador, I knew I wasn't there last because baby, that was horrible. Sador, that was crazy.
I think she was in a bathrobe too.
And then she was like down, like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
you a baddie, you a baddie.
That episode. I had fun doing the rap challenge though.
It was cool. It was
And
cool.
Ryan did
I
really
was
well on his side. Ryan W. He did hella good on his. I think him and
yes.
Maddie were the top
Ryan
twos.
W killed it every
Hmm
time. It was something like that. He did so
Yep.
good. So Terrell, you were the paymaster.
When I won, I was on pay.
For the
What?
no. Maddie was the paymaster. Sador went
Yep.
home.
hmm
And then what do I have down here? Betting mentals, the stay or the fold game. You were the
Oh
paymaster.
yeah, I won that
Yes.
one.
And Justin went home.
Yeah, because I was okay. All right, we can get into that one. So that one, okay, you knew I talked to you about Justin. Like beginning of the game, I wanted to work with Justin. I liked Justin. We talked right when he switched over because we were on two sides at the beginning of the game, East Wing, West Wing. He answered a phone call. He was able to transfer over if he wanted, and he did.
Right, he
You
did.
know, so he came over and then he called me. We talked about movies and reality shows, all this kind of stuff. And he was cool. I said, okay, I'm not going to say his name. So the whole season, I was like, okay, I'm not going to say his name. He said my name once because he was in there with the 4 or the 5. And after that, he said, I won't say it. But then I would try to talk game with him. I try to talk to him and he would just leave me on red like all the time. And
Yeah.
I told you about this and I was like, I don't know about him because I'm confused. And then Harris was talking to me a lot. Like he said in his exit interview, he did work Terrell, he did.
Mhm.
And that's why I was okay. I can't send Harris home because he seems like he would, keep me. But
Yeah.
that was a lie. But yeah, so that's why I got rid of Justin that night. I was going back and forth. That's why I pulled you. I almost pulled Justin for that one-on-one just to see finally where his head was at. And I
Yeah.
pulled you to see what do you think is the best because you wanted Harris out too. Because I was like, okay, should
Yeah.
I just cut Harris? And then
And
hindsight
then
looking at it, I wonder if I cut Harris in that moment, if I would have went further than top 5.
probably,
I
maybe.
probably would have,
But you know what?
but I don't know.
Even if you had just cut him just to cut him, it would have been worth it.
I wish I knew that.
Because that would have
Yeah.
knocked Maddie out.
Yep.
It almost would have knocked Jenna out because Jenna was kind of going back
Yeah.
and forth with him too.
I didn't know about him
We didn't
and
know.
Maddie. I wish if I knew what I knew now, his ass would have been gone.
Yeah.
He got eliminated before me. He says, "Oh yeah, Troy, you should have cut me last episode." And like
Yeah.
hindsight, I should have.
Yeah.
But
And
I was going back and forth with this guy's I'm uneasy about because he doesn't really talk to me, but he's talking to everybody else. And then this other guy who has been talking to me and I'm trying to build trust with. So that's where I was, and I wish
I
it
mean,
was
Horace
tough.
was just like he'll be like, "What's up, girl?" You'd be like, "Okay, Harris."
Yeah. And he had funny style stuff. Like the time he voted for you and he called me right after the live, he was talking 1,000 miles a minute, like just hella fast. And it clicked to me too when Sharonica, I had my little diary room. She's like, don't you think he talked to you a little fast? And I was like, huh?
What was he talking about?
He's just saying, just I voted for Millie because he was trying to save himself as to why he voted for you versus somebody else. I think it was during the double elimination. He tried to save his butt, but he talked hella fast that night. And I was looking at him like, okay, I don't even know what the hell he said. He was talking so damn fast. Basically, he was trying to get me to understand why he voted for you, so I didn't come for him.
And then
I was rocking with you the whole time.
And then he was like, Millie, let me just tell you why I voted for you. I voted for you because I want to tear out the game. I want to tear out the game because she's running.
That was that night.
Yep. And I was like, and then like when that night he said my name when my camera had gone out and I had come back in the middle of the vote. Millie, I'm voting for you because you just came back in and just got on board.
Yeah.
I was like, what you talking about?
You weren't even there.
and then he said this. He said, "My bad." I'm like, if I go home on your bad,
I know you'd have been mad. You've been
I know you would have been pissed. I was so mad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but what was funny was giraffes and Morgan.
Oh yes. Okay, because early in the season we didn't talk about that. We had to go up against, if you won Paymaster, you had to go up against a legacy character or a comp beast and beat
Yeah,
them out. And if we beat the comp beast, we get the sole vote to evict. And if the comp beast wins, all the power goes to them, and whoever the house votes for
that's
eliminates
a go.
somebody. So
Mhm.
giraffes was on there, and their challenge, him and Morgan, they what would they have to do? Talk about snacks, desserts.
It was like a back thing. It was like, well, it's not Pictionary. I think
Yeah, I
it's
was like, they
Pictionary.
had to say desserts back and forth, and
Yeah,
it can't
so
say the
it's
same
like,
one.
because I was sitting there and I'm like, does Morgan not eat desserts? I'm like,
Yeah, it
eclairs,
was so easy. Ice
cupcakes,
cream, cupcakes,
tarts,
Reese's. I don't know.
pies.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
pudding.
She
That
was
was
like,
easy.
then she said, you put me up with a big person. How am I know that? Then she said the big person know all the snacks. I was like, Morgan.
Yeah, I
Oh
was
my god.
dead.
That was so crazy. That was
Oh man,
so
Giraffes
crazy.
was just sitting there
Just with
twirling that toy
that little
like
octopus.
this. Morgan, I love Morgan. Shout out to
I
Morgan
love
and her on
Morgan.
the Christmas season as well, and Connor. So shout out to season 13 fam on that Christmas DH1 show.
Oh, okay. Oh, I have this written. I have it written backwards. So I have episode 4, and it was November the 5th, day 11, and that was the acting challenge. Dr. Lou, that was his third time.
Yeah,
Like I thought he wasn't gonna go. I was like, he gotta go. He
yeah.
has to go. That's why
That's
I
when
put that in
Harris
the chat. I was like,
won.
he gotta go.
And
Vote
Harris
him
sent
out.
him home. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he had to go. It was crazy. And then I think that's it. I have 13 day 35 bob. That was by ping pong balls. That was crazy. But when it had got down to, so we can, where are we now? I got
So
12. Episode 12 was the rap challenge.
yep, we talked about
Episode
that.
13 was
13's
the
top six.
bobbing for ping pong balls.
Yes. Let's talk about this one. So this one was
Oh,
this was tough because you had to like write names on the ping pong balls, put them in a big bucket of water, right?
yep,
And then we had to sit on a chair that was like feet away, and then we had to spin around 8 times, run to the
yep,
bowl. He asked a question like, "Oh, who was evicted third or something?" You got to run and
yeah.
get the name. You got to bob. You can't use your hands, and you got to run back to your seat to lock in your answer. This was crazy because I was getting dizzy. I ain't never done nothing like this.
I was shocked, because the last thing was Edgar. I don't know what happened. I was
Hmm.
the last one. I wasn't going to give up. And I
Yeah,
kept going. I was like, this. I was like, Edgar. But it was like all my balls, the names, I was trying to fix them, where
yeah. So you can see them.
I was
Yep.
trying to fix, like, at least see the first letter. And then when I got to the bowl, they were all turned upside down. I was like,
Oh,
oh my
oh
God. So I'm trying to
no.
move them around and not drown.
Yeah,
Maddie, the Dr. Lou's name, Maddie
yeah.
had ran out of her balls and put Dr. Lou's name on a golf ball that was at the
Oh,
bottom. She literally had to bob in the.
she all her hair,
I was
everything. She
like,
put her whole
wait a
face
minute.
in it.
And she was like, I don't want to go home. Like, I
Oh yeah, looking
was
like
like,
that.
that's crazy.
Hmm.
But that was a good night. But I'm gonna tell you, like, I think talking to Ryan W after Latea and Connor had left
Yeah,
Thanksgiving. I talked to him Thanksgiving night.
yeah,
And I was like, Ron, I need you to call me or whatever. Because
yeah,
when it's time to talk, I'm not texting anybody. I need you to be on the chat. I need to see your face.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So we were talking, and I was like, look, I don't know who you have. I have Terrell. That's the only person I have, and I'm not writing his name down.
yeah,
I said, but let's work out something where we can get to the top 6. And he was like, top 6?
yeah,
And he was like, seriously? He said, I can't even think about top 6. I said, well,
yeah,
let's think about it. Let's talk about it.
yeah,
I said, who do you want gone?
yeah.
And he was like, I want Sador gone.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, we want Justin gone.
Yeah,
So I was like, this is what we do. You go talk to your people. I talk to
yeah,
my people, and we
yeah.
will work it out. And then if that's the way it goes, Sador go, and then Justin goes.
Yep.
And it just happened to work like that
Yeah, we did. Yep.
because production is always asking you, what is your game plan? I don't have a
Yeah, I
game
hated
plan
that
until I get
question.
to the game.
It's so hard because like that's a hard question because you don't know what's gonna be thrown at us, so we can't even.
No.
be strategic. Okay, this is the game we're playing. We got to make sure we do this. We don't know until you're in
Yeah.
it.
I would like for it to be a triple night, and I would like for Harris, Maddie,
Yep.
and somebody to go.
Yeah.
That's what I want to happen. But then
Yep.
it'll be a double night or whatever, and then Maddie and Harris both win Paymaster. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I can't come up with those answers. I can't
Yeah.
answer you right now.
Because if you give them that answer, it's like, oh, okay, I want to, put this one on the bottom, but then that person wins Paymaster, it throws everything off.
Throws
You
everything
gotta
off.
have a backup plan.
Just
Yep.
crazy, insane.
Mhm.
So then, that was, let me see, this day, Every challenge, Blue left 13, Bobby for. Okay, so then we're top 6.
Yep.
Right. So then when we get ready to play again, and top 6 goes to top 4,
5.
top 5. Okay,
That's where, because the top 6 episode, that one basically, we went into it. You were telling me, oh, you got to win. I was like, I know, I got to try to win.
And I was trying to tell you.
You were, because we're getting deep into it. And then I was like, I tried. You saw me. I almost won that one. It was between me and Ryan. We're the final 2 of this challenge. And I picked the wrong fucking ball, and it was Justin was the answer, and I picked Rachel.
And I knew it was like he has.
Yeah, and I was like, and I just sent Justin home the episode before this, so his ball about to send me home, because I knew if Ryan won, I was afraid I would go home, and that's why I fought so hard in that box, it kind of helped. And shout out to Jenna, they showed that video at the reunion. She kind of helped too. In that episode to get me to top 5, because I thought I was out at top 6.
But when I had called you, and I was like, Jenna, they're thinking about Harris and Ryan keep, and you were like, what? Yeah.
I didn't get it at first. I was like, wait, what? I'm slow.
I was like, Terrell, they're gonna vote you out.
I was like, why me?
And I think that's the time when you asked me, when it was you, me, and Jenna, and I think Sadora was in that group, but she was gone. And you were like, where do y'all say that at? I didn't get that. I was like, Jenna and I in a group. She put me in a group, right? Because she was sending me messages like, I love Terrell, but I just don't think I can win with him. I said, well, Jenna, I'm not writing Terrell's name down.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're going to write my name down, but I'm not writing Terrell's name down. Yeah. And then so she'll come back, well, Millie, Terrell is a really good player. Do you really think you can win against Terrell? Ooh, I was like,
try to turn you against me.
I said, if Terrell and I get top 2, then the best one that's going to do the talking is going to win the game. And I said, that's just what it's going to be. I said, I'm not going to just campaign against Terrell. I'm never going to do that.
Yeah.
And I said, but I did tell him it's going to come a moment when we got to fight for ourselves. I said, just like you. Then Maddie was messaging me. Maddie made a Girls Run the World group. We had like 7 bubbles in that group. We talked no game.
Yeah.
But she and I had a chat like early on in the game, right? Because I had messaged her. I said, let's get a girls alliance. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not have a girls alliance?
Yeah.
And then she told me one time, I think we were waiting when y'all were in a talking about getting voted out and stuff. She was like, you remember when you messaged me about a girls alliance? I was like, yes.
Oh, so she brought that back up. She was trying. Yeah.
But she was like, I was like, girl, Harris has to go. It's just so hard between Harris and Ryan. I said, Maddie, it's a game.
She wanted me out.
Because she was like,
I can tell.
She was like, something. She said, what do you think? I said, I think it's a game, Maddie. And I think you got to win. That's what I think. And she was like, oh, okay. So Jenna came back. She was like, okay. We know you're not going to vote Terrell out.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even ask you to do that. I said, because I'm not. And she was like, okay, well, we gotta, I know Maddie needs to go. I said, yes. I said, because Maddie has all these people in the jury. But Jenna.
I don't think she was going to ever say Maddie, though. I think she was saying that to get you on board.
But Jenna played a great.
She did. She played. She had every side. Like, she came to us. We had our little chat, and I trusted the woman, and all that. And you trusted her, and
I did.
She had the other side in her back pocket. She was playing for Maddie and them. That's why I was afraid. That's when that final. We'll get to that. But my question to her, I was trying her to own everything, because she did play for all these other people.
Yeah.
And she got that. She was never gonna. told us what we wanted to hear, basically. Because even
Right.
the challenge where I went home top 5, when I was holding those bags, I
Yeah.
noticed once I dropped, she dropped, and she gave the shit to Ryan because she wanted to make sure I was out, so that way she knew I was gonna be the one to
Yeah.
get cut if I didn't win.
Cause
So yeah.
cause Maddie was like, I remember her saying Jenna was like my fairy godmother.
Hmm.
And she said I didn't have the Terrell and Millie
And
piece.
she came over and
And she
got us.
came,
Yep.
yeah, she came over and got us.
Yep.
That was crazy how something would happen and she would make a group with us.
She would. Yep. And then
That
Maddie
was
too. And I
wild.
was right in my little thing where we're fighting back and forth, which we'll get to. But Maddie, I was saying all the right things. Maddie was gonna beat me. She even said it in her thing. She would have definitely beat me. 1000%
Yeah,
would have
a
beat me.
thousand percent.
I'm like, what the hell? But I get it. I get it. I get it. It's a game and all that good stuff. And I hated going back and forth with her too, because I actually talked to her throughout the whole game. You could ask her.
Yeah.
I messaged her throughout the whole game. Like, we talked a lot. So that's why I was like, oh, okay. I didn't want to go against her like that, but I wanted to stay.
Yeah. So now we get down to the sad part.
I
Cause
know. Okay.
oh, Terrell
So yeah,
I
we got through the top 6. Harris went home, and I was shocked. So I had another lifeline. We got into top
oh
5,
yeah.
and then
Okay,
top
yeah, wait a
5.
minute. Wait, when Harris went home, I just
Yep.
knew because you had kept saying, and I was like, shut up, Terrell. Shut up. I was in
Yep.
my head like,
And
shut up, stop saying that. And I was
Mhm.
like, I'm not saying anything, Terrell. The game is not over. He was like,
Yeah.
bye, y'all. It's been good. I was like, no.
I was trying to say my goodbyes. I was so bummed
Y'all, it's
too.
been so good. It's been so good playing with everybody. It's a game, y'all. And I'm like, Terrell, it's not over. When he said, I'm sorry, Harris,
Oh,
my sister was like, you supposed to be cool and calm.
you
I'm
went,
like,
thank you,
just don't-
Jesus.
like, you just don't know Harris to get on my nerves. So he said my name.
You wanted him
much.
gone for a while. Yes,
I was
you
like,
did.
thank you, Jesus. I was so happy.
Yep.
I was so happy. Then we get to the top, what's that, 4?
5.
Top 5. Okay.
Yep. And we had to do, there was a double. We knew we were going to go from 5 to 3. And the first one was endurance, of course. And we had to hold the bags and get the cans. And you got to say questions. Let me tell you, they got my ass with these questions. I had, I think, the most cans because everyone kept throwing shit on me. And
I didn't. I was like, I'm not putting a can in Terrell back. I'm not.
because I didn't know who to pick because I didn't want to pick Jenna because I love Jenna and I want to put that weight on her. I was not picking you. You know that. I was rocking with you from the beginning. And then Ryan, he just saved my life. So I can't pick fucking Ryan. So I had to pick Maddie. So it's okay. We're throwing these cans up on Maddie, but I couldn't get the fucking questions right. She asked me, what's the first soda? I don't even drink soda. And then the other question was, how old was Rose in Titanic?
It's Dr. Pepper, right? It's Dr. Pepper. That was the answer.
And then they asked me, I said soda. I don't know what the hell. She said, what's the first soft drink? I said soda.
Like
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
And then she asked me how old was Rose at the end of Titanic. I was like, I don't know, 86? She gonna say 100. That woman was not 100 years old.
Oh my God.
Guess what I did though? I went to go buy the Blu-ray because I said I gotta get my facts. Because if it's All Stars, this shit come back to haunt me. I bought the movie. Yes, I did. And yes, and then I had all them bags, and my hands was hurting. They kept saying, lift your arms, lift your arms. And Maddie dropped first. Okay, good. Her ass is in the box. So I knew if I fell and if Ryan or you or Jenna wins, I could fight to get her ass out. That's what I wanted to do. And then when it happened, I dropped. It hurts. And I was lifting hell shit at work today too. This was all bad. And then I get in and we're all on the bottom. We had to vote. It was me, you, and the reason why I was vouching for me and you to go in that box is because in my thought process, like, okay, cool. If Maddie, if you come down, you could help me or at least say something and like push her ass out because Ryan would listen, I would hope. And we would get the top 4 and then just hopefully get to that top 3 spot.
And so when I got in the box, I was like, and then I don't know how it looked on your screen, but I literally on my screen was you right here and Maddie right here, and I was in the middle.
Oh, I was in the middle on mine, and then you guys were here.
Okay, and then I was like, because at first you all start when she said you and Terrell should create a show. I love y'all's chemistry. I know.
Hey, yes, the duo.
I know we should call it.
Period.
But like when you got in there, and I was sitting there, and I was like, this is what I was talking to Terrell about. Like, this is the time to fight. This is the moment. And then I was literally in there because I was like, I didn't know what Ryan was going to do. I literally had no idea because you got to understand, Terrell, I'm still off of Circle Night. I'm still
I get that.
Night, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, it could be me. So this was the moment that I'm fighting for myself. So as y'all were talking, I'm like, Ryan, everybody has voted for me.
Let me tell you that part you did. Rewatching that was so funny because you were like, we were going back and forth about how much we were a threat, and then you were like, "I'm not a threat, Ryan." I was like, "Millie, what?" She's like, "I'm no threat." I'm
I'm
looking
not
at
doing it.
Millie. I'm like, "No, this girl is just sitting here. Why
And
is she
then he
saying
said
all
something
this shit?"
else.
I'm,
I said,
and
right.
then
I said,
this
right.
is my thought process.
I think I said I only have Terrell. That's all I
Yeah,
got.
and then what other thing is I was thinking in my head was you were close with Ryan. You guys had this conversation, you guys whatever. So in my head, I'm like, okay, you're not going anywhere. So
Because
if you said what
He said, Millie, you're good.
yeah,
So when
it
he
was
said that,
between
I was
me.
like, well, okay. And then you said,
Yeah.
did you make one? But then I had got so mad at you, and I had
No,
talked
the
to my
only reason I
sister.
pulled that out and I wasn't going to is because if you would have said something, it would have been fine because we could have got her out. But the only reason I did is because I wanted to show him, like, hey, you're gonna be the last dude left in this game.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I was like, they're gonna just gang up on you. So I was using that angle, and I said, well, they made a chat to get us two out. So
yeah.
if you take
And then
my
when you
ass
said
out,
that,
it makes
it
no
was,
sense for you because they're gonna get you out next.
and when you said that, I was like, Terrell, you
But
want to
you knew I had to use that.
Yeah,
That
I
was
knew
the
it.
only way. You didn't help me. I was a one-man
Yeah,
person in that box.
yeah. And I was
I
like,
did good though. I
yeah.
did.
And everybody's like, why didn't you try to help? I told Terrell,
Everyone
it's
was
gonna
mad at
come
you,
a moment
Millie.
when you have to
Everyone
fight.
was bummed.
Oh
You
my
should have
god.
seen me get to jury. Everyone, that whole jury was mad. They were like, "Why didn't she help you? You're so loyal to her." Yeah, all of them.
But no, I didn't care about the jury. It was
Hmm.
you because when I heard you and you said, I don't trust everybody, and now I just lost all my trust. And I
Yeah,
was like,
I
oh my
don't.
god.
Going to.
I called my sister. I was like, girl, Terrell is mad at me. And he said he wouldn't even vote for me. I was like,
I did.
I
But
mean, he's so
I did
mad.
also say. I did also say I know if I got there and you did get to that top two, I probably would have.
I
That's
was
just how I
like,
am. But I
because
was
I would have,
so
you know what?
bummed because I really don't. I went to this game.
I had already said, if I get in
Yeah,
there and I'm with Terrell, you have to vote for me. Like, you can't
yeah,
leave me out here, friend, like this. I was like sick.
yeah,
I had never been really emotional in this game. Even circle
yeah.
night, I was a
Me
little
either.
emotional. But that night,
Hmm.
I was like, I called my sister. I was like, I really hurt Terrell. He is mad at me.
Oh,
I was like,
I was bummed.
he said he was like, Millie didn't do this. And then I listened into the jury
Yeah,
and I was devastated.
yeah.
I was like, Terrell, I said, oh my God, Terrell has made my name mud in there. Harris has made my name mud in there. I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
didn't like trash you or anything. It was just they all said everything. I didn't have to say anything. I went in. They're like,
yeah,
oh, that's. I said, yeah, I did right. I went into this game not wanting to trust anyone. I just wanted to
yeah.
play. That way, I didn't connect to anything or feel any emotions. But I was
Mhm.
really hurt because again, I was rocking with you from the beginning. You're the only person I
Yeah,
had in the game, as
yeah,
you see, and the facts are there. The proof is in the pudding. And
yeah.
I was
We
thinking that
were
just to sit
together the
there.
entire time.
Yeah, and if it was the revolt roles were reversed, I would have definitely helped you. Especially knowing that I wasn't going to go anywhere.
And
What
I
did I have
felt
to lose?
crazy because I was like, if
Yeah,
Terrell could have hung on, if I could have hung on, this would have been so different. Because
yeah.
if I had a won, I'd have definitely sent Maddie home.
Oh,
She'd have been
all
out of
right.
there. She'd have been out of there.
Yeah,
And then if me and Terrell had won that one, we definitely could have. Honestly, at that moment, Jenna would have had to go. Because remember, I told you, I said Jenna gotta go.
yeah.
Jenna
Yeah, because
has to go. I
she
said
played a great game.
she played
Like
a
I really
great.
wanted to win that endurance, and the only person I probably would have sent home would be like a Maddie or
Yeah.
yeah, because Jenna I trusted you. I wasn't gonna send home, and
Mhm.
then what's his name? Ryan saved me, so I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna send him nowhere.
And I really
Yeah.
hate I didn't kind of have something with Ryan. I really hate I didn't do that for real until Thanksgiving
Hmm.
because he called us the bookends because I was the oldest and he was the youngest in the
Got you.
group.
Oh, I
And,
like that. That's
so and I
true.
was like we could have had something, but I don't. I said it would have to be Terrell, and
Hmm.
and then I don't know who else, but
Yeah.
I think when you got in jury and I listened to it, and Morgan was like, she said something like, "If I had known we could cheat, I would have just." I was like,
Oh yeah.
and then she was like, "I can't believe Millie did that," and I had to ask her about it because I was like,
Hmm.
"Really? What's
Yeah.
really going on?" Like
Yeah.
no, like I love Terrell. I would not.
Hmm.
I didn't, and it just hurts so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And
that would hurt.
and I didn't mind going out at that point. I said, okay, my game's over. It is what it is. Top
Yeah,
five is solid. I did a good job. And I went the whole season without being thrown in the box. I was never a threat. I was never a
yep,
target for
yep.
people
That
like
was
that. So
amazing.
I did great. And if I got to that end spot, Millie, I think I could have possibly took it.
Oh,
Depends on who I was sitting
absolutely.
next to. If I was sitting
Terrell,
next to Jenna,
I think if you were sitting next to anybody, if you were sitting next to Ryan, you definitely would have taken
mhm.
it with Ryan. If you were sitting next to
Oh, I don't
Jenna, you
know.
definitely would. Now I don't know about Jenna. I think you would have
Jenna,
taken
if
him
she,
around. I think you would take him
yeah,
around because a lot of people were upset with him because he went another way from his group.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you
That's
probably
true.
could have got Ryan. I don't know if you could have got Jenna.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
feel
if I would
like
have beat
I
Jenna.
feel like you would have definitely got it with me.
Yeah,
Definitely got it with me.
yeah.
And
But you're a good
Maddie,
talker too, though. You could have swayed some people. I,
I don't
yeah.
have probably. I would have probably got the cursing at that point. Y'all would start different Miller. Miller.
Oh yeah. If Maddie would have sweeped too, I think she would
Yeah,
have
I
sweeped
think she
that
was too.
whole.
Because see,
Yeah.
she had Harris in there.
Yep. And he
And
would have
Harris,
helped
he was
quick
the man
campaign.
in the game, so he was the man in jury.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah,
They would
yeah,
have sweeped because he was
yeah.
good with Justin. He was good with Edgar, and then he had the four.
He
Oh,
had the
and he would have
company.
got more. Yeah, she would have won.
Yeah,
So.
she won. That was
Hmm.
yeah. But then the top three.
There we go. Then you in it. You were in
Let me
top three.
tell you.
How'd that feel? How'd that feel?
Let me tell you. I had a doctor's appointment Monday. Right.
Hmm.
This like today is Tuesday. Yesterday was. I had a doctor's
Yeah.
appointment Monday.
Yeah.
Friday, I literally thought that I was going to have to X-ray on my arm.
Oh,
My arm, Terrell, I
it
couldn't
was that.
hold. I couldn't hold a cup up. I couldn't
Oh,
like put my AirPod in my ear.
yeah.
My whole arm. I was like,
Was it
what
from the bag
happened?
one or was it
It
from
was from that freaking
the
cup
final
thing.
challenge? Got you. Okay. Yep. Yep. Yep.
And my thumbnail on YouTube is me with a cup in my mouth. I'm devastated by that.
Oh, I saw that. You mentioned that at the reunion. I went to go look at it or the finale, and it is you like on your knees or something. There's a cup in your
Terrell, that was
mouth.
so hard.
Oh my god, you're gonna
Cause
be so sick of red cups.
yes, because it was like when they had to do the tissue holder,
Hmm.
and I had bought a toothbrush, but then
Hmm.
I was practicing when they told us what we had to do, and my Q-tip would never stay. So I was like, I gotta go get a
Oh,
toothbrush. I had to go get another
got you.
toothbrush. So I
Yeah.
did that quick. I was like, oh, stack cups, boom, I can do that. And
Yeah.
I was like, that'll be easy. So I said, I'm stacking cups. I was on the carpet, and I said, let me move to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I was like, sitting on the hard floor,
Oh.
laying down on my stomach, laying down on my side, sitting up, standing up, got them all situated,
Oh.
balled up the tissue. I should have had a Kleenex because
Oh yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
tissue was too heavy.
Yeah.
Because when I threw the tissue on the plate,
Yeah.
everything just fell. And at that moment,
Oh,
I was like,
my heart
I'm
would have
not
broke.
getting up. It did. And so
Oh
I said,
man.
let me go do my puzzle. So I didn't realize that the puzzle was like my face at first. That's what the puzzle was going to be. It flashed and then it went away. So
Oh.
I was like, thank God my hair was blonde because I got all the blonde pieces.
Oh, that's fun.
I was like, my
Your
lips
cast
are
photo,
red.
right?
I was
Okay.
like, yeah, I said my lips are red and my hair
Yep.
is blonde. So this is going to be so easy. So
Yep.
I got my face and I was like, I can't lose and not spell my name correctly because it was like
Oh.
something going on with the M, the corner of the M. And then I
Oh.
was like, okay, we're still in the game because
Yeah.
something. So when
Yeah.
I finished that, I tried the crossword.
Yeah.
I was
Oh.
like, what? This is crazy. So I said, let me go back to this and get this over with, and I'll finish with the crossword. So when
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
went back to do the cups,
Oh
I heard
no.
Chantel say, Ryan said, go, Millie. I was like, Ryan? So
Oh,
I'm
because he
going
finished
against
way
Jenna?
before you and Jenna. Yeah, Ryan was done. I remember that. And then we were waiting for you and Jenna because we were all in the jury chat, all just talking. I
Yeah,
was going to
I
try to
heard
get
it.
food. Yeah.
I stayed up and I listened to that, and everybody was like, oh my God.
It was so
But,
long.
but when Dylan came on and said, Millie, I was like, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
I was ready for the game to
Oh,
begin.
really? You were so which one stumped you the most? Was it the cup one? Because
Yes.
there was one with the cans where you had to like blow the ball across the thing or something.
Okay, I thought that was gonna be the worst one.
Me too. That
It
looked
wasn't. Like you had your three cans right here,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and you just have to get control of the air that's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So I did one, I did two, and it took me 7 or 10 times to do the third one.
Okay.
Done.
Oh, so
So
you did
I
that one
had
quick. Okay.
quick. So I had my jigsaw done. I had the tissue paper toothbrush done, and then I had the cans with the ball done. So I was
Got
like,
it.
okay, let me go get back on these cups. It cannot be this hard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then Kyra was like, don't put it down real heavy, Millie. And I was like,
Oh, she's trying to
okay.
help you.
So I was like, you got it in your mouth, and then so you can't help
Mhm.
but move it. So then I take the cup
That's
out of my
true.
mouth,
Hmm.
I take the cup out of my mouth with my hand, and I know I can't sit it there, but I only took it out. But what was killing me was that I had to sit it down and pick it back up with my mouth. So I had to bend. I was like this.
Oh,
So I was sitting
damn.
there like
That
this.
sounds brutal.
It was my
That
body
sounds
hurt.
brutal.
Terrell, my arm hurt. So I had gone to
Oh,
the gym
man.
the next day. I
Yeah.
couldn't lift any weights. I couldn't
Did
do
you ever finish
anything.
the crossword thing?
No, I did not finish that.
Oh, okay.
I got
Okay.
your name. I got Sador's name on one, and then I got somebody else's. And I was like, okay, let me just go do something else, and I can finish this at the end. I'll
Yeah.
just write everybody's name down, and then I'll just go.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so crazy.
Oh, I bet.
It was
But
crazy.
that was the episode where I was like, okay, I bet you the dogs keep running around, but Jenna put them dogs up. That's why I asked that
He
question too in the
did.
finale. I was like, were the dogs part of your little plan? Like, oh, the dogs are messing me up. I lost this. You know what I mean? It was kind of funny. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, she put them dogs up. I was cracking up. She's like, I gotta get this challenge done.
But so then I'm out. So now
Hmm.
we at the final two.
Yep.
Jenna really screwed herself with that speech.
Oh, I know.
She really
The
did.
whole jury, like we said, if you watch the episode, and then we had to text like the jury, the production chat, like, hey, this is the people we're vote for. Half of everybody all voted for Jenna. Jenna was gonna win the game. Like I was like, okay, well,
Yeah.
Jenna's gonna win. She
Yeah.
played a
She's
great
gonna be
game. Then the night they all said, I think Maddie's the one that said this in the jury. She said, "Oh, all Jenna has to do is give us a good speech, own up to the the snakish moves and how she maneuvered through
and you
everything,
can respect it. You can
and
respect
just own it because it was a game at the end of the day.
it.
Just own these moves that you made, and she was gonna win." Come finale night, she didn't do that. She over talked, in my opinion. She kept trying to make people happy with what she was saying. And
I
then
don't think
Ryan
you
was,
heard. Did you hear Sharonica when she said she talked to Jenna and she asked her was she going to write her speech? Did you hear
oh
that?
yeah, and she said that she's gonna go off her head or something, or off whatever
Yep.
she comes to mind. Yeah,
Yep.
I did remember that. And then Ryan, he said he wrote his first speech, but then went off his speech over his mind or whatever in the second one.
Yeah.
But he killed it. Like,
But Ryan
yeah,
owned up to everything.
yep. And he was like, yeah, I did that. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I get it.
yep,
And he was really he was. I mean, Ryan was really. He played a good game, and I felt like Ryan's game got strong after Connor and Latea left.
yeah.
He had no
Oh
choice.
wait,
He had to win.
and I have a question for you about this finale. I remember, I don't know if it was your exit interview and or when you came into jury, you said, "I already know who I'm voting for."
Yep,
My
I
question
said
to you
that.
is, was
Both.
that Ryan or was
It
that Jenna?
was. It
It
was
was.
Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you knew
because
all. Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened. The night it was top three, right?
Hmm.
And I sent Ryan a message. I said, if I'm top two, I'm
Hmm.
just asking for your vote. And if you're top two, I'm going to give you my vote. And so
Gotcha.
when he did his speech, or so he said something, he said, I hope you make good on it or something. But I think I had thought about some stuff that Jenna had done, like when I had looked back when Maddie had come back and the
Yeah.
things she had said. And then I looked at when I came back, what she had said. And I'm like, I know it's a game, but I just can't get his vote to Jenna. Like I love Jenna to
Yeah.
death, but I just can't. And it was like
Yeah.
Ryan and I, when I talked to him on Thanksgiving, and when we worked out top six,
Hmm.
he and I asked him, I said, "Now what is it that you're doing?" And he was
Yeah.
running it down, and I was like, "This is cool," but I knew when I did my exit interview who I was voting for. That's when I
Yeah.
said it.
You did. That's why I was like,
Yeah,
oh, I wonder what she's thinking.
I
Part
was
of me
like,
thought it was Jenna. That's why I was like,
"No,
ooh,
no, it
okay.
was never
Yeah.
gonna be Jenna. It was always gonna be Ryan."
Hmm.
And what was so crazy was the fact that Ryan
Hmm.
sniffed out because Morgan was so sure
Yeah.
that he was gonna cancel her vote.
Yep. And Morgan also was very adamant about voting for Jenna. In that jury, she kept saying, "Oh, I'm voting for Jenna. I'm voting for Jenna." She was very adamant. She was almost campaigning for her to win. But when Jenna was doing her speech, she said that she manipulated Connor or Morgan through Connor or whatever,
Yeah,
and that was the wrong word to
that was
use because
it.
Morgan
Morgan lost
flipped and she's like, "Nope, I'm not voting for her." That was it. Yeah. So
Yeah, she was like,
she talked too much.
she was
She
like,
should.
she was like, he didn't lie. He didn't lie. And
Yeah.
she was like, manipulated. And I was
Yeah. She didn't
like,
like that word.
oh,
No.
Jenna, you just
Nope.
missed, you played your own self.
Yeah. And Jenna was really broken by this too. Like I reached out to her and she was mostly broken about she basically was playing and was so loyal to Maddie, Justin, all these people. So she assumed that they were going to vote for her and they did not vote for her. So she was hurt by that.
Hold on 1 second, Terrell. What?
Sure.
Yeah. Put it on there. Yeah,
Yep.
she was devastated. She was
Yep.
so devastated.
Yep.
And 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 the night, I mean, like I told her, I said, girl, I know how you feel when the votes come down like that.
Oh yeah.
You
you
you speaking to the choir, baby. I mean, it was a
yeah.
different set of votes. You got none, and I got all. So I get it. I know how your
Hmm.
heart feels, but
Yeah. Because you were
um,
so bummed that night. I remember that. You were
oh,
so
but Terrell, like I had no allegiance to anyone.
mhm,
I did not care.
mhm.
Outside of you,
Yeah.
they can all go because
Yeah, no, you said
everybody
that.
had voted for me.
Yeah.
Morgan was already in the jury, so
Yep.
everybody that was left in the game had voted for
Yeah.
me. So I
It was
said,
me. I
one
would never vote for
person,
you.
they gotta go. They gotta
Hmm.
go. And
Yeah.
so, and it was just, I was like, well, at least they all got out but one, and then the one
Yeah.
that didn't get out, the one that won, I didn't mind so much, so I'm good.
Yeah.
You know,
It worked
I
out.
won, I feel great, but let me tell you what was real funny. I don't know if you caught this.
Okay.
You remember the night that you were paymaster,
Which one? When I
and
took out
and
Richie?
Harris voted me in
Okay.
that night, and Richie was in there with me,
Okay,
you.
yeah, the Richie one. Yep. Episode 6.
Do you remember what I said to Richie?
What'd you say?
I said, Richie,
I don't remember.
because Chantel and Sharonica, I know Chantel was like, girl, what were you thinking?
Oh my god,
I
what'd you
was
say?
talking to Richie, and I said, Richie, I said, well, if you stay, what can you do for my game?
Oh
I was like, Chantel was like, I couldn't believe you said that. I was like, you know what? When it came out of my mouth, I was like, this is Terrell. So
well,
nasty.
because it was kind of like because at this point, even at that point, everyone grouped us together. They said,
Yeah,
"Oh,
it
well,
was
they're a
our
duo."
game. It
I
was
will
our
say in this game, we were the first known duo to
yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
and we made it to the top 5. So that's
We made
awesome.
it.
So
Yeah, we
as a
did. We made
duo,
it to
we
top
did
five.
that because
And
there's
then
other duos that we knew we didn't know about and all
no.
that, but we still made it. But anyways, yeah, I didn't hear that, but you probably were in the headspace like, oh well, I'm not going nowhere. We're working
Yeah,
together.
I was
So
like, Richie,
what can Richie do?
I said,
You
what
know what
can
I
you do
mean?
for my
Yeah,
game? I was like, what can you do for my game? Like,
that's hella funny.
Chantel said, what? Why did you say that?
Oh
I was
my
like, I'm
god.
just trying to figure out what he. I mean, I said Chantel, then I realized this is a real payment. So let me chill out. Let me
Yeah.
chill out.
Because
But
he didn't really talk, and he didn't really give much in that power outing. You saw it. Like
no,
he was
no.
just there. And I was
And
like,
I was
okay.
wondering what kind of game he had.
Yeah. So I had to cut him. And I kept Edgar, which was smart. I didn't go with what the house meant wanted at that point. So and
Wow.
plus he was a shield for us. Like if we
Yeah.
cut him, we would be next. So I didn't want to do that.
The night that I cut Edgar,
Hmm.
like
It was between
I didn't
Edgar and Justin, right?
I didn't want to cut Edgar. I didn't. I didn't. But also my reason is they voted for me, so I don't care.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
them gotta go, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And but Edgar was like, "Oh, Millie, I saved you."
Oh yeah.
But then I'm like, you want to sit here and tell me that the vote was for me and you didn't want to vote for me, but you voted for me. You gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah, because a
And then
lot
I
of them
got to
I
Jenna.
think a lot of them wanted you out. Because even when I was talking to Edgar and Harris and all them, they all kind of wanted you out, but since I was talking to them, they seemed like they were cool with me, they didn't wanna go that route.
Yeah, or
So,
they didn't want to tell you.
yeah, so that's why I was like, "Oh," and then during those times, I won, so it was perfect, you weren't going nowhere, so
Right,
we
right.
kinda helped each yeah, we helped each other,
Right.
and then you
And I was
won, and
like,
so
because I'm like, what? Oh, but I was so mad at y'all that one night. I
which
was
one?
so mad at y'all that
Oh,
night.
because we
I
didn't
didn't
stay.
say
I
enough.
didn't know. That was the time I was invisible that episode. I couldn't even play the challenge, which I wanted to because it was beer pong and I would have won. And
Right.
I couldn't play. So they said, "Oh, I'm invisible this episode." In my head at first, I was like, "Oh, well, maybe I can't say anything." Then we got to the end, we had to say names. And by that time I was like, "Okay, what names do I want to say? I don't know." And I kept saying, if you go watch, I said, "Oh, bring Million, bring Million." I didn't know if you
Yeah.
came in and I didn't say two names that I was applicable. I didn't know if you said two names that you can't be picked. That didn't make sense to me. I thought you could just pick anybody.
Yeah.
So I was confused.
And then I was like, when I came back and it was
Excuse me.
like Justin Terrell and Edgar, I was
Yep.
like, this is not the plan. Like, and then I
No,
was Terrell.
I
You
know
could
you were
have said
mad. I remember.
anybody's name. I was like,
Yeah.
you definitely could have said two names. You could
Yeah,
have said
because that was
four
my
names
time to
if you wanted
shine, and that
to.
my regret this season, because even production was like, what the hell did you do? Like, that was my time to like turn up,
That's what
because
I said. You should.
you won.
You
I
could
I
have
could have
said 6 names. You could have
I
said 6 names.
I could have said all of them. Yeah, I
All
fucked
of them.
that up. I did, Millie.
Like,
I told you I did. I was like, fuck, I don't know what I was thinking, because I
and
could
I
have.
mean that night, it was like Maddie had said 2 names, so she
Yep,
couldn't go in. Harris had said 2 names,
yep.
so he couldn't go in.
I think
Uh,
Sador was there at that
Fedor had
time.
said
Yep,
2 names.
because she said
Ryan
Ryan and Maddie.
Ryan W had said 2 names, and I'm like,
And I
what?
didn't say, and I didn't turn up, and I could have. And part of me was like, maybe you should have took me to the box, so we could have. But I mean, you did what you did, and I'm glad it worked out that way. It all
Yeah,
worked out.
because
Yeah.
Edgar was like, really? Because let me tell you,
Mhm.
Edgar is a sweetheart,
Yeah.
but
Edgar could have
Edgar,
won too if he stayed. Actually, he was a threat too.
he was just like, Edgar was so, hey guys, I'm not even supposed to be here. Like, and I'm
Oh, he did that every episode.
like, hey guys, I'm not even supposed to be here. It's just a blessing to be with you guys.
Mhm.
I just really, and then it was like all the long speeches. I was like, I don't want to hear
Oh
none of that
yeah,
speech.
he talked a
Edgar,
lot
you
ever
gotta
since the
go.
first episode. He yeah, I
And
zoned
then I
out a
had talked
little
to
bit.
Jenna, and I said, Jenna, I said, I'm gonna send Edgar home.
You
I
told
said,
her? Yeah,
you've been trying to get him out. I said, I'm gonna send him on home. I said, I think
yeah,
Justin is with us a little bit more, and then then Edgar goes out. Millie, you made a dumb situation. I
yep,
mean, he was
yep,
devastated. And then like,
yep.
who do you want Millie out? Just I want Millie come next, just because it was a dumb move. Okay, Edgar.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he would have made it far too, and I think you taking him out was smart, because he was working with Harris. That was his final two as well,
Yep.
and they would have probably came for us next.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm
They
kind of
were
glad.
always coming for me. Like there was never that Tuesday, Halloween, I was safe because we didn't have a show.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, I was safe because we didn't have a show.
Yep.
And
Yep.
every night after that we played that game, I was nervous because I
Yep.
just knew I could go home any freaking night.
Yeah, because I feel like it was so easy for them to just throw your name out there, like, "Oh,
It
Millie, we're going for
was.
Millie." Yep.
It was. It
Yep.
was. And they were just devastated. And I was like, I'm so glad that like I was just glad that nobody could vote me out. Even though
Yeah.
they all voted me to go,
Yeah.
nobody could vote me out.
Yeah,
And
I
I
like
just,
that about your game, because it's almost like a win for you and like a
yeah,
slap from their faces, because like, okay, all
yeah.
y'all tried to get me out, but I made it the top 3 and I got out because I
Because
got
I
myself
could
out.
the
Yep.
competition. That was
Yep.
it. I
That
did.
was
And that's
it.
what Dylan said. He was like,
Hmm.
nobody voted you out.
Yep.
It was a competition. It was fair and
Yep.
square. And I was like, I know this is eating Harris up. I know he is sick.
Because nobody had the satisfaction of eliminating you.
Nobody had the satisfaction,
Yep.
and they voted me every week. Y'all, they voted me every
Yep.
other day. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and
It
then
was
Ryan,
crazy.
he won Paymaster 3 times in a row and took out 3 threats. He took out Harris, myself, and then Maddie. So
Yeah,
I thought, oh man, you killed it. Like, sitting next
because
to any of those people, if he was sitting next to them, he would have had a hard time
I
winning
said,
over you.
I told him, I said, look, Ryan, I said, I know you may want me out or whatever,
Hmm.
and you may beat me in these competitions. I
Hmm.
said, but if you keep Harris,
Yeah.
Harris feels like he had the whole
Yeah.
house in the game.
Yeah, he was just spinning in his seat with his little Corona. Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Then he gonna give a shout out to the drink when he was
I
getting
know,
ready to
every
get-
episode.
I was like, I said, he's in the jury. I said,
Mhm.
so whoever he had when he was inside, he's got them outside.
Yep.
They're gonna vote for Matter because that's his love. Like,
Yep.
because when I heard him on his exit interview, he was so devastated. And I was
Yeah.
like, is he crying? I said,
Yep.
we should have called him crybaby as an adjective.
Oh, from the adjectives, the crybaby
Yeah,
of the
we should've been
season.
crybaby. I was like, oh my God, that was
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
But it was such a good game. And y'all, I made such a great friend. Like Terrell,
Likewise.
like forever. I
Mhm.
love you. And
Likewise.
it was just a pleasure playing the game with you because we
Yeah.
went through I mean, you saw me go through a lot, but we had
Yeah.
fun together. But it was just like, because I know Connor was like, Millie just sits there and goes, but I but
No.
I was like, y'all don't understand the
Yeah.
magnitude of all those votes on you.
Yeah.
Like you
That's
sitting there
brutal.
and you hear everybody say your name, you can't talk because you're scared to talk for a
Yeah.
little bit. I had to get my confidence back up because I was like,
Mhm.
if I say something, and then like if I do a competition and let's say my group wins,
Yeah.
okay, now I can talk a little bit. I'm good.
Because you're
Okay,
good. You're
yeah,
safe. You're
and
sitting
then
in a
I'm
good spot. You're sitting pretty.
yeah. If I'm paymaster, oh, I'm
Mhm.
good. But it's like if it was those nights when Millie, you're eligible to go in. I was
Oh
like, oh
yeah.
my god, my
And
name,
yeah, I
Millie.
hate that. I hated that little thing we had to say the names because all of us were like connected and we didn't really want to say. Ugh,
I
that was
hated it was three. I was like, why
oh
is it three? Two
yeah,
names is okay. Why is
yeah,
it
yep,
six?
yep.
But
That's true.
oh my gosh. And then it got down to it was crazy.
But would you play again
Yeah, I would
if
play
they said,
again.
yeah, I'll play again. I want to play again
I'll
with
play
you,
again.
and then we got to play different, better.
Yeah. I would definitely play again. Like if we play, we could just be like on separate sides or something.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Like, we got to like pretend like
We'll
I
like
don't
each
know.
other.
We can't say it too much here. They might watch it. But yeah,
Yeah, everybody watching.
but we got to play a lot different. I know
You might play
damn
a
well
lot
I am.
different.
Yeah.
But I would definitely, if I would definitely get in the gym, work on my upper strength. I
Oh
would definitely
yeah.
do that. But
Arms, them arms and them cups.
but
You
yeah,
have to,
I would play. I mean, it was just like I know, like with the way I work, it's just difficult because I'm on the road. But I get my little trusty bag and
yeah.
I haul it up and down all up
There
and
you
down the
go.
highway.
Yep.
It was cool though. It was like I had never done anything like that.
Me neither.
My first org game, whatever org means, is my first org game.
Online. Yep. Online reality game. Yep.
Okay, well, it's my first
Yeah,
org.
mine too. Because I think Edgar said he played a bunch of them. And I was like, oh wow, I didn't know that. And a couple other
Yeah,
people maybe have played.
I didn't
I've
know you
never
could do
done
that.
this,
I
but
didn't
it's
know
a
you could do it.
yeah. I didn't either. This is
I
brand
know
new
it
to me.
existed. Yeah,
I do feel it was like a learning experience. I feel
Mhm.
like, and I learned a lot about myself too, which is
I
kind of
did
cool.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad I
What
got to
is
meet
it?
you on this because you were
I
my
know.
rock this whole season. I will say,
I know.
okay, I gotta talk to Millie. Didn't I do that? I always call said Millie, can you talk? Like we did that a lot. Like I didn't do that with anybody else in the season
I
at
know.
all.
Me neither. Me neither. I didn't because see, first of all, I really couldn't like. Well, we really couldn't talk to Ryan at Ryan W because he's all the way in Australia,
Yeah, 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 yeah. He's like 13 hours
and
ahead.
yeah,
Mm,
and then it was like you got the people that were in Canada. I don't know what that was about that time. And then it was like, and then like when it had come down to the point I was really messaging Harris, it had like you said, it was too late. It was too
yeah,
late to
I
talk to
think it was too
people.
late,
Yeah, it was
especially
too
when he
late.
said his name. He saw that you were like quote unquote the scandal, so he was telling production he didn't want nothing to do with you, girl. And then he he was trying to get you out.
Is that what he said he wanted to do with me?
Well, I'm just
Yeah,
saying he probably
yeah,
didn't,
he
but you
didn't.
just
Yeah, he
played that
didn't.
off,
Yeah.
because he saw you were cheating, so he went to production trying to get you,
I was like, it's a book with ping pong balls. Okay. No, I'm not cheating.
and
The
then they
balls.
really were upset that well, they wanted me to know because remember the whole thing, like, oh, why didn't Justin tell me where you were in the box with Justin and who else is in the box? Anyways, he's like, oh, did you reveal? Oh, and Harris when I sent Justin home, and then Jenna's
Yeah.
like, oh, why didn't you reveal to Terrell what the scandal was and that you
Oh
were
yeah, she
cheating,
was like,
thinking that I would take you out
yeah,
or
because
something.
she was like, did you talk about the situation?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, and I think that was for that at that moment for me. That's when I was done with Jenna.
Yeah, and then
I was
Justin
done
was
with her.
like, he didn't say it, but if they did, like they all said it too. Like I would have, like, okay, well, she didn't win that anyway, so I don't know
And
what.
that's what Harry said. He
Yeah,
was
and
like,
then
so
his
he
ex,
came
his
back. He was like, "There's no need to say anything," and he was crying, like he was
he was
crying.
crying. Oh, you're
Mhm.
right. Maybe he was the crybaby of the season.
Yeah, he cried all
I
in
liked Harris,
the
but he
interview.
was. I didn't realize that he did cry a couple times.
Yeah, because my I think my sister and she's like, I think he was crying. I was like, really? I was like, I thought he was. I didn't think he was crying.
Yeah, I didn't realize it
I heard him say,
either.
"There's no need. There's no need to saying it. Millie's, there's no need of wasting time. He's not gonna pick Millie. He's just gonna say she didn't win." So, and then Jenna was like, "Mm."
Oh,
So then when I mentioned it to Jenna, she was like, "Well, no, I was just saying because if it's something that you have to fight for." I was like, "Okay, Jenna, I
oh
got
yeah,
you."
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but it was good. I think everybody was cool. I liked
Hmm.
everybody except
Likewise.
for just one particular person.
I know what person. Starts with the R, ends with the A.
What was up with him though? That video.
Oh, let's talk about the reunion. Yes, he was
Let's talk
obsessed. We
about
had
it.
a showmance with Maddie and Harris. We talked about that a little bit. But we
Yeah.
also had a flirtmance or a stalkermance. What do you call it when somebody just... So basically, they showed this video of Ryan A. And I guess he sent him paragraphs on Instagram. He followed all Connor's family and friends and tried to befriend them because he just thought he was so hot. And he sent this wee. This video was red. It was all red. And then it was like a goat mask, something from out of a cult or something. I don't know. And he was like, wee woo, you kill this challenge. What did he say? Something about the exit. He's like, you're so hot. Yep. He's like, I'm not funny, but you're so hot. You're going to kill it. And I was like, all these Bible verses you said to people, and you sounded very satanic right now.
You're a demon.
Yes, demonic. It was so weird. I mean,
but he was just odd duck. And that day he called me. He was like, Millie, I think we just need to have a phone call. Yeah. I was like, oh God, okay. I said,
you did not like that boy.
I was like, and I don't not like people. But it was really irritating me because it's just my personal bias. I said, what is your personal bias? Like, what are you talking about?
Because he doesn't like older people. He likes the younger, his age.
But I really thought our reunion I really thought our reunion was not, because the night before the reunion,
the finale. Oh yeah, after that, people didn't get to see. That was the reunion. That was heated. Sador popping off on everybody. That was great. Production. Was awesome. Oh yeah, Tyler. I love Tyler. Shout out to him. He got me on this show. Tyler went in on Sador. He said, "Let me go gather this bitch." I was like, "No." He sure did.
And I think that's the reason this finale, the reunion, was not live like that, because I think they had done
got it out already.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was so.
That was a better reunion than the reunion.
Oh, and then Terrell, you left. It got worse. It got.
Oh, it
better.
did.
Yes, it was wild, and I was like, "Yeah, it was." I did. You know what? Because I was leaving, going to Washington.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for your event.
I never went to sleep. I got off at 2:30. Got in the shower, got my baby up, got my bags.
And you hopped on that flight. Oh damn! So you went from finale to get ready to go to DC. Damn, I remember that because I told you need
and back to the reunion. And back to the reunion.
And came right back. Yep.
Oh my God! And it was just the reunion. But the reunion, a lot of stuff came out. I was shocked at the things Rachel had said.
Yeah.
But I thought Rachel
long though.
It was. I thought Rachel was a good player.
I liked her, and I think she would have definitely made it probably to that top 2 spot.
Yeah, she could have made it
playing. Mm-hmm.
But Rachel was like, I ain't got time for this battle bag. I got a family situation.
Yeah, she's like, yep. She would have probably came back too. Yeah, and then we had they gave out rewards. I was happy I won Hero of the Season. Remember that? That was fun. Yeah. And then I was in top 3 for Miss or Mr. Congeniality and fan favorite. I was like, oh, that'd be hella cool to win one of those. But it went to Connor, fan favorite. And Congeniality was it Morgan or was it Maddie?
I think it was Morgan.
Might have been Morgan. It was Morgan.
I would say Morgan won, but you should have won. I felt like you should have won fan favorite.
I know. I thought I was a little bit, and I was like, when it was Connor, me, Morgan, I was like, okay, Morgan's probably gonna win fan favorite. Yeah. But then it went to Connor, and I was shocked. I was like, okay, cool. Connor's great. Like, we just had that one little spat. But I don't mind Connor.
Yeah,
I love everybody this season. So
Connor was so like, I remember in my exit interview, and they were saying, because Dylan was saying my personality was so big, and I said my personality is gargantuan, and I was like, Connor, this is the dictionary. Because he act like he didn't know anything.
Yo, he did it. Like Frumpy. Remember Frumpy?
Yeah, what's that?
Yep. That was funny.
Connor. I mean, just a dun.
Yep. That was funny.
It was so good, but to the DH1 network, we really, really enjoyed this game.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed this game. If you all are listening, we had a really good time.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And I was having withdrawals after the game. I was like, keep looking at the chats. Like, are they listening to us still?
No, when we called each other, when we talked on the phone, I was like,
wait, they're not on. It's just us.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like PTSD. And it was like, I'm not even gonna lie. When I was watching that first episode of the Christmas special,
oh yeah,
I heard them saying something about names, and I was like, I literally say million
Oh, yep.
because they were talking about something. I was like, if they say my name, I'm logging off forever. Like
Uh,
this is crazy. I was like, because I was like, how could I? I mean, literally, that's how I felt, and I was like, that's how much people said
yeah.
my name, like.
Yeah.
But it was withdrawals because we spent a lot of time
Yeah.
just sitting up together,
Yeah.
you know,
Definitely. Yep.
and then we're not able to talk. Then afterwards we talk, and then
Yep.
like that moment that we had with Edgar after everybody had logged off. I
Oh,
mean,
I know.
that was. I mean, those type of things is what I
Hmm.
really enjoyed because we really did care about each other, and
Yeah, we
everyone was
did.
really upset, and we were really there for him. And
Yeah.
I hated to vote him out, but
No, I get you. Yeah. You're like, bye. Yeah, because yeah, I don't know. Watching that Christmas, I saw half of it. I saw where the
yeah,
first dude went home, the Rafi guy.
yeah.
But yeah, it's like it did give me like withdrawals. It's like, fuck, I want to play. I want to do these
Yeah,
challenges. I want
I
to.
felt like that too for like 5 minutes.
Okay, yep. Then Lou popped up, huh? I'm playing.
I was like, look, when I saw that, when he said, "Uh-oh, wait a
Yep.
minute," and then even Connor said, "Is it Dr. Lou?" And I was like, because I remember him in the chat going, "Y'all, thank y'all for watching." I was
Yeah.
like, "What is he talking about?" And then I had to
Yeah.
finish it, and when he
The
came, I
alumni
said, "Oh
chat,
no!"
right? Yeah, yeah.
I said,
Yep.
"Oh no, 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 Dr. Lou, no,
But
no, Dr. Lou."
who are
But
you rooting for this Christmas season?
Morgan, I'm rooting for
Yes.
Morgan.
I'm rooting for Morgan too. I'm rooting for everybody season 13, to be honest. I want
Mhm.
our season to be represented. And
Yeah, I
then
think
so
we had a great season.
I do too, 1000%.
We had a
No,
really
not the
good
others. Like I
season.
love Kyra, I love Brandon, and
Yes.
so I'm rooting for them as well. The other ones
Yeah.
I'm familiar with, I gotta watch the show, but season 13 all the way.
Yes.
For me.
And shout out to all production. Dylan Andrews is the mastermind behind I
Yep.
Love Money all these seasons.
Yep.
Dylan has a laugh that you hear
It's
in the back of your
contagious.
head all the time.
I love it.
It's it's just fantastic. And
Hmm.
it's real. I just really, really, really appreciate it. I'm glad we're back together.
Yes, the duo. Yes.
Oh no, I'm so happy.
Yep.
But it was like that was the worst part of the game for me when that happened with us, and I was like,
Yeah.
because I was like one time I was like, I'm ready to go. Like I don't want to do this anymore. Terrell's mad at me. I was like, Terrell's mad at me. I can't do this. And then I was like, oh my god. But it was just a really good game, really good
Yeah.
time. Made some really good friends. I have a friend in you for life, so I
Yes, you do.
appreciate.
1000%.
Yeah,
Yep.
I appreciate it so much. And
Mhm.
I don't know, we do it. Yeah, I would. Yeah, if you're playing, I'll play. If you're
There
playing,
you go. That'll be fun. No,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I
yeah.
think so. We'll go
We
rock
have to
this season.
we have to really work because they'll be ready to get us out one
Yeah,
and
if we're
two.
both on there, we're gonna be
Yeah, they'll
targeted
be
day
ready to get us
one.
out.
So get your
Like,
PTSD out the way. They're
ooh,
gonna come for you.
that'll be rough. But that'd
Yep.
be so cool though. Like if we go and we play another game and we're
Yeah.
veterans in the game, I think that's amazing.
Or if they do
So,
like a duo season, that'll be cool. Like the duos are
ooh.
together the whole way through or something.
Oh, that would be
That'll be
cool.
cool. You have all the duos from like the
Yeah,
season.
because if you get voted out, we got to go together. We can't.
Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. Well, I would. Yeah, but I want
Yeah,
to win, so don't worry about that. But
yeah, we can't do that. Yeah, we can do a duo season, but as long as we can be together, that'll be fine. I'm fine with
yeah,
that.
yep, that'll be great.
Well, friend,
Mhm.
it has been wonderful.
Yes,
And
definitely.
before we go,
Mhm.
oh, tell us what it is that you do. He has
Yeah.
such an interesting life. So let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, so me, yes, I'm a character, I guess. I do YouTube. So I have on the Overlook Theaters YouTube, I do Blu-ray Tuesday. So I'm a collector. Like I ever since a young kid, I love movies. Like you can see back here, horror films are my like number one. And I don't know, I've always liked to collect physical media. Like, yeah, you could stream stuff, but like this movie on Netflix that just came out today or this past week, and it kind of showed a love to like physical media because everything was like a blackout. Like no one could stream anything. It's like a little kid in this that wanted to finish a show, and she couldn't finish it because the streaming stuff. So I don't know.
Right.
For me, I like to collect. So Blu-rays are a big thing, and that kind of blew up on Instagram for me. And I turned it into YouTube. So I talked about all the movies that are coming out like every week because they come out every Tuesday, and people like my personality. So I just bring that to the show, talk about stories that are going on, kind of like you, but
Your TikToks are
but
great.
in the movie vibes. Yeah,
Your
but I
edits
just add
are
my little
great.
flair to it. Yeah. And I don't know. So I review movies every Tuesdays. It airs on Thursdays at 6 o'clock.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I've been doing that for a while. I review movies. We put on Film Fest, the Unnamed Footage Festival,
You
which is
said that. So what do you do with that? How do you do that? Because you said
yeah.
that to me a couple times.
Yeah, so me and a couple of my group, the Overlook Theater, like Lord Battle, he's been in the chats all season. Oksana, DVD box set, they've been in the chat supporting. But yeah, so we every year we put something together. It's usually in person, but this past one that I told you about was online. And
Okay.
it's about the Overlook Theaters. Basically, we review films that people, are overlooked. Like, it's not the big box movies. We like to talk about stuff that a lot of people don't know about. And
Right.
a lot of times we find some gems and people are like, oh wow, I had never heard of this. So that's what we do. And found footage. We all love found footage horror, like the Blair Witch Project, Paranormal Activity are good
Okay.
examples. And there's
Okay.
a lot of different movies like
I
that.
love that.
Yeah,
That-
so like a lot of directors, we get them on, and
Oh,
yeah,
that's
the
cool.
in-person ones are great. We have it here in the Bay Area. It's the only found footage film festival like ever, and it's been growing. So that's been great. So yeah, I do YouTube, so you can follow it on the Overlook Theater. Also, my Instagram, Terrell88, and yeah, that's where you can find everything.
Yeah, I was like Terrell had, and you do whatever what you're doing makes you very happy, and I
Yeah,
think and I heard you say that, and I was like, that's so good because it's so important.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
yeah, so you'll always have a good time. You are a really good time, and like I said, it is wonderful to know you, friend.
Yes, yeah, and you're
It's so
killing
wonderful
it,
to
by
know
the
you.
way.
Thank you,
Loving your
and
channel.
thank you. And we'll do this again. I don't know.
Sure.
Terrell and I don't know. We may do something.
Yeah, we could. We could have a
We
little.
could.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We could. But
Yep.
y'all, we're gonna say goodbye.
Mhm.
Thank y'all for being here. Millie Chun TV. It's Millie Chun and Terrell. I Love
Yes.
Money season 13, and we're out.
Let the music play.
Da- 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 da-
Yeah,
da-
remember that?
da- 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 da-
Yeah, you remember